And the Clippers looking good as they came into the arena.
Hey, Kevin. Well,
it does indeed. Thanks, David. Here are the starters for Los Angeles. Marcus Morris is out there with Ivica Zubac. Then it's Paul George. Then it's Patrick Beverley. And it's Leonard in at the 3 spot. And looking at the Nets, we've got DeAndre Jordan. Harden out there with Tyler Johnson. Then it's Durant. And it's Claxton in a power forward. Now, here's George. Greg, we've got 2 terrific highlight-making teams, both athletic in so many ways.
You know, it makes me hearken all the way back to college, and one of my teammates, Stacey Ogden, one of the greatest athletes I ever played alongside. Well, we're going to see a lot of his impact in tonight's game.
And so the Los Angeles Clippers get the first points of the ballgame. Harden, no good.
Missing that one helps out all the analytical guys from the mid-range.
Here's Leonard, and he banks in the layup.
The power, the length, the ability to finish. Leonard dominant in that painted area.
Johnson surveying the floor. Harden outside. The 3 from KD. The Clippers grab the miss.
And he didn't punish them for the weak coverage there, but they can't count on him to continue missing.
Leonard, no luck.
This is the shot they wanted to get. Right guy, right spot, wrong result.
And Smitty, you know what Pat Beverley is going to bring every night. A fearless, ferocious, at times almost sociopathic level of intensity. And this guy just does not take a possession off.
You know, he's one of those guys I would have to question even playing with him. He plays so hard. I know I hate playing against him.
And while his ability to score gets so much attention, Harden demonstrating why he's also regarded as an elite level passer.
Now here's Beverley. Morris outside. Passes it to Zubac. And the dunk by Zubac.
And how about that? What a sensational finish.
Hey, you got to be able to get some hang time to do that one. Johnson with it. Outside Jordan. Harden outside. Outside KD. Paul George with the steal. And pushing it up. Here's Los Angeles. Leonard with the ball. 2 free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul.
Defense throws everything at George, but he persists and finds a shot.
This is his first chance at the line tonight.
Free throw shooting, not an area he has worried about at all. How about last year? 88% from the line. Wow. What, did he have something in his eye on that shot?
Maybe. And a new group out there on the floor for the Nets. And then for Los Angeles, DeMarcus Cousins is checked in for Zubac. Batum comes in for Morris. And Reggie Jackson subbed in for Patrick Beverley. Cousins with it. And Griffin picks him up defensively. Outside for Jackson. Outside Leonard. It's a nice passing here by Los Angeles. A 3-ball. And that one's good. His second basket of 4, shooting 50%.
Oh, this is the kind of start they were hoping for.
Jeff Green on the wing. Moving against Jackson. And stolen by Cousins. And here comes Leonard leading the fast break. Up top, Batum. And there's the pass to Jackson. He kicks it to Leonard. Back to Jackson. Fires from deep. And it's Kyrie Irving with the rebound. Nets trail by 8. Pass to Brown. Outside for Griffin. Outside Green. Here's Irving. It's deflected. Harris against Leonard. He dishes it to Jackson. And stolen by Harris. The drive by Green. Harris passes to Green. They need this one. Harris's shot is off. And it's Jackson with the ball, bringing it up for the Los Angeles Clippers. And Cousins kicks to Jackson. And Leonard has it in the corner. And he can't extend the lead to double digits. For Brooklyn, they've gone just 1 for 5 from the field to start the quarter. Here's Green. Here's Griffin. Takes the assist and lays it in. Picked out the pass nicely.
I like this about Blake Griffin. Puts constant pressure on the defense. Plays a very physical game.
We've got a 9-second difference between the shot clock and the game clock. To the paint. Here's Batum. Lays it up off the glass.
And they've scored several times already here in the first quarter on the inside.
Now, here is Irving. He's been quiet so far. Still no points in the game. The putback is no good. And so it's the Los Angeles Clippers in the driver's seat, up 8 points at the end of the quarter. And against one of the toughest offensive players in the league, they've been doing a naturally a ball-dominant player. James Harden talked to us.
Yeah, that's the goal. That's the goal. Of course, I'm playing off the ball.
Giving their offense another dynamic.
And it also helps him preserve some energy for those big moments in the big games.
And thanks again for tuning in. If you're just joining us, we've played through 1 quarter of action so far. And before we move on, what do you guys think about what we've seen so far from the Clippers?
Well, credit their anticipation skills on the defensive end. They forced a number of turnovers.
And you can't cause those mistakes unless you're willing to gamble. So far, they've rolled the dice, and it's paid off.
And now, brought to you by Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go. Let's reset our lineups. Setting the floor for the Clippers. Kennard is out there with Patrick Beverley. Then there's Patrick Patterson. Then there's Batum. And it's man in at the 3 spot.
The activity level from Patterson is what makes him such an impact on the floor.
It's Harden with the drive. And the jam by Harden.
Oh, that's a major league throwdown.
Keeps a tight grip on that rim, too, after the finish. Tipped away. And now it's Brown running. He can go all the way. That one drops for him.
A tough start scoring the basketball, but they're starting to turn it around now.
Los Angeles leading by 4. Pass to Kennard. Back to Beverly. Batum standing before. Patterson passes to Batum. And it's off from 3-point range. The Nets have gone a nice 3 of 3 to start the second. Lobbed up there for Green. The 3. It's hauled in by Los Angeles. And now the Clippers on the break for the finish. And it's Patterson finishing it off.
We know Beverly's ability as a defender, but don't underestimate his ability as a distributor. He has good vision.
It's Durant on the wing. Lock at 6. Again, the Nets for 2.
This is why you're trying to get him as many touches as possible. He's got the neck.
Pass to Beverly. Ray, can you really compare players from completely different eras? I mean, people love to talk about the greatest of all time.
You know, Kev, some players do transcend eras. There is no doubt about that. Wilt's a great example, and there are many others. But in reality, to your point, the style and the way in which the game was played was so different that it isn't fair. I mean, all you can be is the best of your generation or one of the best. And I think that should stand no matter what the conversation is.
Like, there's no doubt in your mind Oscar Robertson could play in this era as well as he played when he played.
No doubt. Bill Russell, all those guys are truly great ones. So much of your ability to perform at a high level is built around your confidence and your belief in your abilities. And those guys had it as much as anybody who's ever played the game.
And Harden wide open. He shoots. The shot's good. Brown making the play. Harden's got the lead up to 1 now for the Nets. 1:32 left to play here in the half. Kennard, the pass to Patterson. And the officials calling for a 3-second violation. A platoon swap here for Brooklyn. And here are the Nets. They're on a 13-4 run.
And Kevin Durant, one of the greatest scorers to ever play. Not the most prolific scorer, but perhaps the most talented. He's dangerous from any part of the floor.
And that is why DeAndre is such a high percentage shooter. Wow.
Outside, George. And that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul. Greg, as scores go, Kevin Durant's as efficient as any.
I mean, Durant has an insane field goal percentage for the shots that he takes. I mean, when you factor in how many threes he puts up, it gets even more impressive. Durant takes so many shots where he's covered and is still efficient. It's just mind-blowing.
Jackson, he's checked in for Los Angeles. Johnson outside. The Nets need to get a shot off here. Inside. And so it's Morris with it. He'll bring it up for the Clippers. And it's Leonard missing. 7-second difference, shot and game clock. Pops it up for Jordan. And the dunk by Jordan.
And you can see him give a little nod and then just burst to the rim for the alley-oop slam.
A pair of teammates, Greg, with a terrific feel for each other. And George, here we go. Leonard inside. He's covered by Shamet. That one good for 2. George has got 4 points this quarter.
A reliable jump shooter. Paul George's accuracy only goes up when he catches in rhythm.
Leonard with the steal. And a close game so far through the first. Thank you, David. And we'll be back after halftime as the third quarter gets underway.
The 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey, welcome back to 2K Sports. The first quarter was a difficult one for Brooklyn. They wasted no time putting themselves in a difficult situation. Thanks for joining us.
And if you're just joining us, we've played through the first half in a game that's been fairly even so far. You gotta like what Harden has done in this game so far.
Yeah, and just look at the numbers from the first half. He has been very efficient.
And it's not like everything's been at the rim. There's been a number of jump shots along the way.
We've got Harden. He's out there with Tyler Johnson. Jordan is out there with Durant. And it's Claxton in at the power forward position. So that's the lineup for Brooklyn. 4 on the clock. From deep, Harden. Good on the triple. Harden's got it going here in the start of the second half. The first points in the third quarter for the Nets. George looking over the floor. And it's George finishing it off.
And with those long strides, it takes Paul George no time to get to the rim.
Here's Harden on the wing. And they double up Jordan. Stolen by Zubac. And pushing it up. Here's Los Angeles. Leonard with the ball.
And you see Kawhi's hustle in transition, always putting himself in position to succeed.
And if you're just joining us, we've played over a minute here in the third. Beverly against Johnson. Right side, Durant. They get the rebound.
Oh, a nice tip in to salvage the points from that missed shot.
Yeah, and those second chance points can add up. Outside, George. And trying for the go-ahead basket. It doesn't go in. And now here's Johnson, the fast break chance. Oh, a nice defensive play to disrupt the alley-oop. Leonard attacking. Basket good. Leonard's got it all tied up now for the Clippers.
Doing great things at the offensive end. 3 for 4 to start this half.
The pass to Harden. Pulls up on the elbow. Not going to go that time. So Los Angeles will take it the other way. And now they decide to foul intentionally.
Yeah, not sure what that was about. I mean, talk about a brain cramp.
Irving's checked in for Johnson. Luke Kennard, he's checked in for the Clippers. Jackson comes in for Patrick Beverly. Leonard kicks to Jackson. Pass to Zubac. DeAndre Jordan grabs the miss. The Nets have gone 2 of 4 here to start the second half. And then Durant with the dunk.
And the reach of KD. No need to be pinpoint with that alley-oop. He can just about touch the rafters.
Jackson passes to Zubac. Leonard on the wing. He's got 9. Zubac with it. Guarded now by Durant. Shot clock at 6. Back to Zubac. Dishes it to Leonard. The putback controls the rebound and puts it back up and in.
And they're beginning to just flat out fall apart defensively right now, especially on the interior.
Durant against Leonard. Durant kicks to Irving. Here's Jordan. Pass to Irving over Jackson. And it's Irving missing. For Los Angeles, they've gone 4 of 7 to get things started here in the second half. And we have an intentional foul there, GA. Wish I could say why.
That one's pretty strange. I mean, no idea what got into his head right there.
Looking at who's out there now for the Nets. Griffin's checked in for Jordan. Green comes in for Nicholas Claxton. Joe Harris is checked in for Kevin Durant. And it's Brown in for James Harden. The kick out to Brown. Nice ball movement by Brooklyn. Jackson against Irving. From deep three-point range, Reggie Jackson with the rebound.
And he's a good shooter from outside, but not sure from that deep.
You know, we're seeing players move further and further back to create space, but that does make it a tougher shot.
Now Irving. No points in the game yet for him. And good that time.
I like this from Kyrie. Looking for a high percentage shot, settling for nothing less.
Jackson against Irving. Passes it to Kennard. Back to Jackson. 19 seconds left in the third. He's looking for Cousins and finds him. The pass to Jackson. From deep. Buries it from three-point range. Jackson's got himself on the board with 3 there.
And there's that high arching bomb from Reggie. Way downtown this time. You see the development of his range.
Down low. Here's Griffin. And then Griffin with the dunk.
One of the cases where height fails to tell you the whole story.
3 quarters of play in a close game here. Clippers lead by 1. Live from Brooklyn, New York, you're watching 2K Sports. And let's take now this moment to bring up our State Farm assist of the game.
Just true artistry right there. I mean, great decision on where to go with the ball, and how about the perfect delivery?
Execution. This is what you practice every day. These guys are professionals. Beautiful play.
3/10 quarters behind us. 1 more to go. Thanks for being with us as we begin the 4th. And on the floor for the Clippers here in the 4th, Jackson is out there with Kennard. Then there's Batum. Then there's DeMarcus Cousins. And it's Mann in at the 3, the small forward. And here's Green. He'll bring it up for the Brooklyn Nets. It's a 1-point game. Here's Harden. And Harden with the stuff.
And I just love how aggressive Harden is inside. When he's deep like that, he is ready to finish with authority.
Here's Jackson. Over to the left wing. Pass to Kennard. Beyond the arc. That shot no good. So Brooklyn will take it the other way. And he's going to get whistled for that foul, G. That was intentional, but not exactly logical.
How about pointless to foul there? I mean, I don't know where his head is, but it's not in the game.
Here's what Brooklyn's going with right now. Nicholas Claxton's checked in for Green. Kevin Durant comes in for Harris. And Kyrie Irving subbed in for Johnson. Paul George is checked in for the Clippers. Patrick Beverley comes in for Reggie Jackson. Los Angeles has gotten off to an 0-for-2 start from downtown here in the fourth quarter. And stolen by Jordan. And now we've got the intentional foul. And the Clippers making a switch here. About a minute and a half into the fourth quarter now. Now the Clippers moving it up. Back to Beverley. Pass to Batum. On the wing, George. The feed to Batum. The shot's good on the assist by George. George has got 3 assists tonight.
Excellent pass, PG-13. Keeping his eyes up, using his vision.
And here's Irving. For the 3. And again, no good by Brooklyn. And now here's George, the fast break opportunity. Irving against Batum. And there's the call on Kyrie Irving. That's his first foul. Fourth quarter of play, we're about 2.5 minutes through it right now.
I'll tell you what, terrific anticipation defensively. Tracked it all the way. That pass had no chance.
Really, the right play defensively. If you can't block, force him to the line.
That free throw missing.
Claxton taking 2 shots.
Good on the second free throw.
He wanted to get his team the lead, and even though he didn't, he should feel good. At least he tied it up.
Outside, George. Passes to Zubac. Back to George. And George with the stuff.
Big points. As the stakes rise, so does George's impact on the game.
So it's Brooklyn now, trailing by 2. Outside, KD. To the inside. Here's Claxton. And he takes that one up and powers it through.
Knows where everybody is. If there's an open man, Durant's going to find him.
Outside Leonard. .144 left here in the fourth quarter. It's George on the wing. Just 5 to shoot. Over Harden. Hits the front of the rim and out. For Brooklyn, they've gone 2 of 4 from the field since we started the final quarter of play.
That's what he does. Put the ball in KD's hands, and he'll deliver.
Los Angeles has gotten off to an 0-for-2 start from downtown here in the fourth quarter. And here's George for 3. And it's George again missing.
The defense got lucky there. That's one you expect them to drain.
And you know what?
The coach's challenge has been issued. A close game like this, down to the wire, this is what it's for.
And this is the time now where the officials can review in closer detail what constituted the original personal foul. Getting a different angle can sometimes make it a lot easier to determine.
Greg, indeed, and the one thing with replay review is that when you see the slow motion replay, you really get a new appreciation for just the immense speed at which these players are moving and how fast the action really is and how hard it can be sometimes, you know, Greg, to make the right call. And the announcement on the review is that the foul was called in error. So they have determined, Greg, to overrule the original call.
And guys, this is what it's all about, getting the call right. And I think in this case, the video review showed that while it was a tough call to make on the floor, they got it right with the review.
Good read from Paul George. He's very skilled at realizing when he should make these passes.
KD with it. Leonard picks him up. KD passes to Irving. Here's Claxton. 6 to shoot. Jordan It falls.
Yeah, this is Jordan's mindset, trying to extend the play and convert that effort into points.
George against Harden. To the middle. Here's Zubac. It's good. What a beautiful shot to bring him to within 3.
Trying to attack the heart of that defense with great teamwork.
Outside Irving.
Had to foul, and on that occasion to stop the clock. That's the enemy in this situation.
He drops the first one, and that gives them a 4-point cushion.
I mean, it's so impressive. Kyrie's scoring ability. Terrific shot maker, obviously gets to the line, converts at a high rate. Big moment at the line. As poised as you get, this thing is done.
And here's George for 3. He's off on that one. And so it's Brooklyn with the win. All right, David, thank you. And that's going to do it tonight, folks.
2K Sports welcomes you to the following presentation of the NBA.
It's the NBA on 2K Sports. And they'll have some minutes to make up for with an injury in their roster.
They're missing a quality player. Injuries a big part of the game. They've just got to make the adjustments.
Here are the starters for Milwaukee. Giannis is the 4 with Lopez the 5. Holiday out there with Dante DiVincenzo. And it's Middleton in at the 3 spot. And for Brooklyn, we've got Tyler Johnson. Harris is out there with Durant. Then it's Harden. And it's Jordan in at the center position. DiVincenzo can't hit it. And so it's Durant with it. He'll bring it up for Brooklyn. It's Harden with the drive. DiVincenzo with the rebound. Johnson against Holiday. Giannis right side. It's good. And he makes his first shot of the game. Some veterans on these teams, Clark. What are you looking for and how that will impact the game?
Well, I think both of these teams have a really solid roster. And I love the blend of experience and youth. When you have NBA experience on the floor, there's just a level of play that you see at the defensive end that makes it enjoyable for me. I think that's what we'll see tonight. Experienced pros getting after it.
Here's Holiday after the made shot from KD. And Holiday kicks to Antetokounmpo. Yes, and it's Holiday with the assist that time. Giannis has got his second bucket of the night.
Just off the charts, incredible athleticism from Antetokounmpo. Fending off contact like a real pro.
Harris misses.
And I love the way he uses his size there to make sure he gets that board.
And the slam dunk by Antetokounmpo.
How about the springs of this guy, Antetokounmpo, also known as the Greek Freak? I mean, he just gets up off the ground like a rocket on these alley-oop chances.
Here is Durant following the basket by Giannis.
Just 1 of 4 from the floor, not the start they were looking for here.
Guys, a potent offense right now.
You know what, guys? And they're playing with a certain amount of assurance.
Oh, yes, sir. Yes, sir. My goodness. And when the Greek Freak takes flight, I mean, he's looking to tear that rim apart. So ferocious in his throwdowns.
Harden surveying the D. And Harden with the stuff.
Now, you can't sleep on this guy's finishing ability. He loves getting room to throw it down on you. And he'll put you in a poster if you let him.
And, Clark, when you look at the footwork of James Harden, arguably some of the best in the history of this league.
And, you know, Greg, he studied the greats. I mean, he loved Ginobili's Euro step and then added it to his own game. Now he's taking that to another level, and he's the one giving out the lesson. But you're right. Got great strength, but the footwork is really outstanding.
Holiday, the pass to Giannis. A three-pointer off the mark.
Boy, I'm absolutely shocked he didn't get that one to go. Usually he's money from deep.
And Durant gets it to go. The assist by Harden.
Yeah, you know, they get it to Durant because they trust him. They've got great confidence in him finishing in the open court.
Yeah, not sure what that was about. I mean, talk about a brain cramp.
Yeah, yeah, completely a brain fade. I don't know where that came from. Just lost sense of time and the situation.
And a new group out there on the floor for the Nets. Outside Teague. And he drops in the layup off the glass.
Excellent. Outstanding control in the pick and roll. Teague knows how to pick apart a defense when he's operating with the ball in his hands there.
Outside Irving. Shot from the wing. It's rebounded by Portis.
Not sure what the D was doing there. Clearly a breakdown. You can ill afford to give a guy like him that good a look.
Now the pass to Green. That one falls.
Really, the defense is helpless to stop a layup right there. Just too much of an advantage in terms of the mismatch.
Teague, the pass to Forbes. Up top, Portis. Nice ball movement by Milwaukee. Outside Teague. 3 on the clock. Misses the layup.
Good offense squaring up against better D there. Got to appreciate that stop.
Stolen by Tucker. 5-second differential between the shot clock and the game clock. Portis kicks to Forbes. And again, the Bucks miss. For Brooklyn, they've gone 4 for 9 from the field to start this game off. Outside Irving. Connects from three-point range.
As dead-eye and outside shooter that we have in the league, Irvin has the ability to scorch you from there.
So at the end of 1 quarter of play, still a close game. Nets lead by 1. And we'll get the second quarter underway on the other side of this break. And when asked to compare himself to LeBron James,
I know if I put the work in, maybe.
And Greg, that's the humble, hard-working approach we've come to expect from Giannis.
You know, he's not interested in putting himself on a pedestal. Enough people do that for him. He just wants to become the best he can be and win rings.
That was terrific.
Good. And Harden, an absolutely vicious dunker. Terrific at bouncing towards the rim for the epic throwdown.
Pass to Portis. Here's Connaughton. How's that for an answer? Right back with the dunk.
Oh, an aggressive move and fantastic finish.
Trying to send a message with that slam, I think.
That's exactly how you send it. 2 hands and down.
Here's Harden. Great D that time from T. The Bucks trail. Portis against Griffin. Portis, the pass to Connaughton. Portis in the post. The layup missed. And here's Griffin. He'll bring it up for the Brooklyn Nets. The drive by Green. Good work there as it goes. Green's got the lead up to 3 now for Brooklyn.
And, you know, when you get a clean look at the rim, Harden usually will find you. I think he's underrated and undervalued at making his teammates better.
Here's Connaughton. It's hauled in by Brown. The Nets have gone 2 of 3 from the field here to open the second quarter. The finish throws it down as the official calls the foul. It may be a 3-point play. It's on Jeff Teague.
I don't think there's anybody better than Harden at converting through contact. Superb in that area because he's crafty, he's strong, and he's skilled.
Looking at who's out there now for the Nets. DeAndre Jordan's checked in for Griffin. Kevin Durant comes in for Green. And it's Tyler Johnson in for Bruce Brown. And Milwaukee also making a switch. Tucker's checked in. T kicks it to Tucker. Portis, he hangs in there and cashes in on the second chance points.
Way to work the glass, buffet style. Second chance buckets. They can make a big difference.
Harden outside. Now Portis. Pass break, Milwaukee. Here's Antetokounmpo. And Antetokounmpo slams it in.
Attacking in transition, the most consistent way to generate easy looks.
Yep, exactly. And if there's any opportunity for early offense, you've got to push it and push it every time.
Left side, KD. It's rebounded by Portis. Portis has got his 5th rebound right now in the game. Here's Connaughton, and there's the slam dunk to finish it off.
I mean, he makes plays like that in his sleep. The game is just far too easy.
Harden outside. When you look at the balance of power between players and teams, Greg, does it feel like the players now have more say, more control than they used to?
No doubt. We're seeing more players demand trades, sign shorter contracts with opt-outs. And the irony of that is, in my era, our best players were fearful for the length of their contracts or the life expectancy of their careers, believe it or not. And these guys today, they understand their value. They know what they bring to the table, and they are utilizing that to the max.
And is that good, Greg, for the game?
I think so. I do think most guys want to win, and they understand that their legacies are going to be defined about whether or not they do.
Here's Pavey.
Hard to imagine Durant not going down as one of the great scorers this league has ever seen. As a matter of fact, that's a given, folks. Dynamic, explosive, and he's consistent year in and year out.
Taking 2 shots.
And he's good on the second. Here's Holiday. Still getting warmed up offensively. No scoring hit from him. Pass to DiVincenzo. And it's Antetokounmpo penetrating. That doesn't go in. Had a chance, though, to take the lead. Here's Irving. The shot's good. Brown making the play. Irving's got 5.
I think he's the most creative finisher in the league. Irving's so good at finding holes in the defense.
Lopez inside. In the corner, it's DiVincenzo. That one's good, and the Brooklyn lead is cut back down to just 1 with the basket from Lopez.
Those defenders just look a little bit gassed. I mean, they're getting pushed around on that low block.
Shoots. Another one falls for Brooklyn.
I think Kyrie is really frustrating for the defense because he makes it look so easy and his shot is so natural.
Back to Giannis. And Giannis throws it down.
Well, check out that assist. That's a pair of teammates that are clearly on the same page.
Holiday against Irving. And some good action through the first 2 quarters as we reach halftime. It's the Nets leading by just 1. Thanks, David. And we'll be back shortly following halftime to get the 3rd quarter underway.
It's the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Greetings to each, and Brooklyn found themselves in a close game in the first. Their field goal percentage was a robust 50%. And
in that first half, we saw a pretty tight battle. We'll soon find out what sort of adjustments were discussed during the half. If you look at Antetokounmpo in this game, has been everywhere.
Man, he's been running wild on them through that first half. Absolute dynamite on offense.
And you know what? I'll be interested to see just how much he's got left in the tank. That first half had to take a lot out of it.
They've got Harden. Durant is out there with Joe Harris. Then it's Jordan. And it's Johnson in at the point. So that's the Nets 5. Middleton looking it over. It's stolen by Harris. And now the fast break. Durant with the ball. Milwaukee with the rebound. And up the court come the Bucks on the break. Middleton leading the charge.
Man, I like the fact that Middleton, because of his strength, is able to fight through contact and get shots to fall even when he's been hit.
Milwaukee shooting their first free throw of the night here.
And team stats last season, 74% shooting, so some numbers that they can definitely improve upon.
Giannis Antetokounmpo has said he doesn't want people calling him the MVP because he doesn't want to relax. He said he fears failure, so he has got to get better. It's a great move, and he catches the defense completely off guard.
Yeah, if that's a harbinger of things to come, he's looking at having a very big second half.
Here's Holiday. He kicks to Middleton, and it's good. 2 points. Middleton's got 5. Well, Greg, there's been some debate. What do you think? Is Giannis the best player right now in the world?
I tell you what, if there's a conversation, he has to be in it. You know, some people might go with Kawhi, Kevin Durant. He's coming back. LeBron James is there as well. But Giannis is probably the guy to lead that conversation.
Outside Holiday. Passes it to Antetokounmpo. Now Middleton. Guarded by Harris. And it's Middleton penetrating. Makes it off the glass. He has 7.
They should continue to get the ball inside. The defense struggling to contain them.
And when you make 5 in a row in close like that, it also takes pressure off your perimeter guys, too.
Stolen by Holiday. Giannis with it. Guarded now by Durant. For 3, Middleton. That one doesn't drop. And Brooklyn will come the other way.
This offense's first miss after 3 straight makes to start the second half.
Lopez with the steal. And there's the pass to Middleton. There's the killer two-handed slam.
It's really easy to admire and respect the explosiveness of Middleton. I mean, if you give this guy a lane to the basket, he'll take full advantage of it right away.
Johnson surveying the floor. Pass to Durant. It's stolen by Antetokounmpo. An intentional foul committed, but for what purpose, Greg? I'm not sure.
A scene of confusion right there. I can't imagine why he thought it was a good idea to foul there.
A platoon swap here for Milwaukee. Here's Portis. Lays it up and banks it in. Portis has got his second basket of the night.
They're doing a really good job of getting the ball inside and attacking the paint. That's an area they have completely dominated.
Well, once they recognized the advantage they had inside, it made a lot of sense just to continue to attack that area.
And stolen by Jeff T. A solo fast break. Nice ball movement by Milwaukee. Portis, the pass to Morrow. Launches it. It's hauled in by Claxton.
Something that's kept this game close is the fact that the rebound stats for both teams are almost identical.
The battle to a standstill on the boards has really been something to watch, and the game's not over yet. We'll see if one of these teams maintains more energy than the other going down the stretch. There you go. Relentless pursuit of the ball. I love it. He never stopped working.
Portis in the post. Rebound, Brooklyn. Claxton's got 4 rebounds in this game. And Griffin, here we go. Wants to get it to Brown and does. Claxton the pass to Brown. And on the way from Irving for 3. Rebounded by the Bucks. Portis has got rebound number 7 for him tonight. Fires the 3. Here's Irving. Well-timed pass, and he goes straight to the bucket for the layup. Irving's got 9 points.
He has created some terrific opportunities for himself and really made the most of it.
Here is Forbes. No points in the game yet for him. Teague finds Portis. Clock at 6. Pass to Forbes. Rebounded by the Nets.
No one to blame on that one but himself. You get looks like that, you've got to take advantage.
Whoops, anticipated the pass. Turnover. With 4 seconds on the clock.
You know, that's what...
Folks, the coach's challenge has been initiated for a personal foul. Close game like this, and he thought it wasn't a good call.
And I think when it comes to some of the more difficult calls to make, personal fouls can be tough. The action is so fast that it's really tough to catch everything in real time.
The wonders of technology, Greg. We've seen replay reviews so effectively, and involving the coaches by being able to challenge like this is something a lot of people have been hoping for.
Well, they love to see that kind of defense from Forbes, working hard at all aspects of his game.
It's still anybody's game as we've reached the end of 3. Nets lead by 2. Live from Brooklyn, New York, you're watching 2K Sports. And I know I speak for all of us when I say I can't wait to see what kind of finish awaits us here in the 4th quarter. Our 4th quarter action underway, presented by Gatorade. All fueled up and ready to go. Let's reset the lineups. And Milwaukee, looking at who they've got. They've got Brook Lopez. Chris Middleton is out there with P.J. Tucker. And it's Connaughton in at the shooting guard. Harden right side. Basket counts. And And breaking down some numbers here, the hustle stats for the Nets.
Contested shots and block shots. They're bread and butter defensively. They're giving up no easy looks.
Yeah, but also, they haven't missed a beat in terms of their fast break game. That's been equally as effective all night long.
Here's Lopez. It's not going to go for him. Great D that time from Jordan. And the jam by Harden.
Set up on a platter that time by Harris. A room service dime right there.
Bucks trail by 6. Middleton outside. From deep three-point range. Jordan with the rebound. Jordan's got his 5th rebound in this one. KD's shot is off. And so it's Middleton with it. He brings it up for Milwaukee. Forbes the pass to Middleton. That's another one for him. His 5th in just 7 shots.
Boy, nice job that time, guys, from Forbes. Spotting the wide open man and dropping the dime.
Pass to Harris. Goes up the baseline. Harden, no good. Bucks have gone 1 of 4 since the end of the 3rd quarter. And so they choose to intentionally foul. And Brooklyn making a change here. Irving's checked in. Holiday against Irving. And it's blocked by Jordan.
Hey, get that weak stuff out of here. Take it home. Jordan is fantastic at rejecting those kinds of shots.
5 on the clock. Here's Antetokounmpo, and Giannis throws it down.
Oh, and he went for the two-hander on the slam using some muscle.
Some urgency from him there, sure.
I get the feeling, guys, that he may be sensing that this is a critical time in this game.
Harris kicks to Harden. The Nets working the ball around now. Lets it go from 14. Here's Giannis. No good off the back of the rim. The Nets with the lead. It's Durant on the wing. And he uses the glass on the layup.
And we've seen Durant now hit big shots before. He's no stranger to the moment. Actually, this guy relishes the moment.
Holiday looking for an opening. Floats it up for Giannis. Well-placed alley-oop pass into the layup.
You know, feeling very comfortable taking a big shot when his team needs it. That's a sign of how Antetokounmpo has matured recently.
And they go to the intentional foul. Milwaukee making a switch. Harden outside. Oh, and James Harden throws it down hard.
This is not unfamiliar territory for Harden. He is used to being the go-to guy, especially when his team needs a big hoop.
Giannis dishes to Lopez. Back to Giannis. Nice pass. Led him to the rack perfectly for the layup.
And, you know, this is why people are so high on Antetokounmpo. I mean, his build and skill set are both platinum level. And he knows how to kick his game up a gear, too.
Irving passes to Jordan. Kicks it out to Harden. And he gets the whistle. 2 free throws coming up.
Exceptional strength. Harden is so smart at creating opportunities to get to the free throw line.
Tyler Johnson, he's checked in for Kyrie Irving. And so he drops them both. It's a 4-point ball game.
Guys, that was critical. I mean, that's what we're used to seeing out of him, though, at moments like this.
Middleton outside. And foul on the shot, so he'll get a chance at the line. It's going to be on DeAndre Jordan.
Middleton is most known, quite honestly, for his scoring ability. He's a sniper from outside that you can't afford to lose contact with.
Kyrie Irving, he's checked in for Brooklyn.
And that would have been a killer if he missed one of those, but he was rock solid. That trims the lead now to a one-possession game.
54 seconds left in the 4th quarter. And stolen by DiVincenzo. And Holiday with a clear path to the hoop. Yes!
Boy, it's just a fantastic effort they're getting from Drew Holiday right now.
There's 47 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Irving up top, guarded by Holiday. Irving misses.
And not allowing the shooter even an inch of breathing room on that one.
And, guys, that's exactly the kind of high-impact defense they want to see out of him.
Got a piece of it. The pass to Middleton. On the wing, DiVincenzo. Antetokounmpo with the ball. 6 on the shot clock. In the corner, it's DiVincenzo. The three won't fall.
The big fella, Brook Lopez, coming up with a gigantic fourth quarter score.
Now a timeout call by Brooklyn. They trail by 2. Just 2 seconds left here in the fourth quarter. What's your take, guys?
And with a couple seconds still on the clock, I try to get the ball in as close to the basket as possible. That way, if you miss a quick one, you may have time for a putback to tie it at the buzzer.
Irving from long range. So a close game sees Milwaukee taking this one. This win. All right, David, great job. Thanks so much. Thank you for joining us. The activity in front of the Brooklyn Museum, not too... Both teams tonight dealing with some injuries. Here's a look at who's out for the evening.
And with both teams at less than full strength, we'll have to see which side is able to remain more effective.
Let's take a look at our starters for Portland. The high-powered backcourt pair, Lillard and McCollum. Robert Covington out there with Powell, and it's Nurkic in at the center, locking down the middle. And for Brooklyn, Johnson is out there with Harden, and it's Durant, then it's Jordan, and it's Claxton in at the 4 slot. McCollum against Johnson, Durant in the corner. Passes it to Claxton. Harden with it. Just 5 on the clock. Covington with the steal. Here's Powell. Off to a good start as he hits his first shot attempt.
This is Powell at his best. In attack mode, he is hard to stop.
About a minute played so far here in the first. And McCollum on the floor, all business. Off the court, he's a very outspoken player, very colorful guy. And Greg, you were saying you see a future in media for him when he stops playing.
No doubt about it, Kevin. I mean, McCollum spoke up quickly about the seriousness of the virus when they were playing. He's very knowledgeable and shares what's on his mind. A media position after he's done playing is a very real possibility if he chooses to. Beyond the leaning, you could see his feet more set on that screen. Easy call.
You know, he's just leaning a little bit. You try to get away with it, but boy, the official all over it.
Now here's Harden. And Lillard is going to pick up a foul. That is his first foul of the game. First quarter of play with about a minute and a half gone. Durant against Powell. The Blazers on offense. No one near him. That falls. Nice feed that time from McCollum. McCollum's got 3 assists tonight. Now here's Johnson. The first quarter of action, 2 minutes in. And oh, here we go. McCollum's got it, the fast break chance. And Lillard throws it down.
And we talk about court awareness. There, McCollum doing a beautiful job spotting the open man.
Now here's Johnson. Harden kicks to KD. Clock at 6. And it's Norman Powell with the foul. That's his first foul. Brooklyn making some changes. Green, he's checked in for Nicholas Claxton. And it's Brown in for Tyler Johnson. Enes Kanter's checked in for the Trailblazers. Anthony comes in for Robert Covington. And it's the Trailblazers on the break. Here's Lillard, and then Lillard slams it in.
You know, you love your star players making others better, and Melo with the vision there.
Brown feeling out a bit. Green finds Brown. Harden against Lillard. Harden the pass to Jordan, and DeAndre Jordan throws it down.
If you don't do your work early and push DeAndre Jordan a little bit out of his comfort range, look out.
And McCollum now atop the key. Greg, as a point guard, what is it you like to see from that position on the floor?
I think first and foremost, leadership. It's so valuable at that spot. And, you know, you always got to have your head high because your teammates are feeding off what you put forth in terms of your body language and enthusiasm. So, you know, the typical stuff about organizing offense and setting the tone on the defensive end, that stuff's important as well. But so much of how you carry yourself out on the floor when you deal with adversity and you know that you're going to, it is really paramount.
Well, Kyrie Irving, if you're open, he will find you. This guy is a scorer, but he understands others have got to come along with him.
Brown dishes to Irving. Green in the post. Anthony on him.
And Green getting off the floor there for the dunk. Really like watching him sky up for those.
Simons the pass to Jones. And here's McCollum. Still looking for his first bucket in this one. To the paint, Griffin with the steal. The drive by Green, and Harris wide open. He shoots. A miss that time. Would have put him up.
Rare you'll see him miss such an open look. Great teamwork punctuated by a strong finish.
Going right to the rim, which is where you want transition opportunities to end.
Brown outside. Griffin dishes to Irving. Stolen by Kanter. One-on-one fast break. Pass to Simons. And the three off target. And the wide open shot from Green. And no good on the last second attempt this time. And that concludes the first quarter of play. Trailblazers. Damian Lillard told us before the game, when asked how
humble beginnings. You know, I'm from.
Well, some of the best stories in our league are about guys who struggled to get to where they are today.
And I really hope the young guys out there are listening to this. You don't have to be a five-star prospect to achieve your dreams.
And hope you've enjoyed the broadcast so far. Halfway through the first half in this one. Guys, what stands out from the Blazers so far?
Well, credit their anticipation.
Oh! That is just nasty.
About the athleticism on that finish.
Nice.
Oh, that is just unreal. Is this the dunk contest, or are we actually playing a real game?
No, this one counts, Greg. Believe me.
My
With confidence to attempt that alley-oop to himself. Griffin passes to Brown. The shot missing. Now the Trailblazers take it the other way. And the foul is called. He intentionally grabbed him there for some reason. I don't know.
Kevin, all I can think of is that he's trying to slow the game down a little bit.
Right.
That's a stretch, though. Definitely a strange move on his part.
Looking at who's out there now for the Nets. Green comes in for Nicholas Claxton. And Kyrie Irving subbed in for Tyler Johnson. Irving looking for an opening. Rebounded by McCollum.
Well, that's a blown defensive coverage, but it doesn't matter. He cannot answer the bell.
And creating a little separation here, gaining some confidence.
Well, if you continue to execute at both ends, you can build on this lead.
Irving kicks to Brown. Irving against Nurkic. That one doesn't go. And it's Portland the other way. Oh, Covington in position. Throws down the alley-oop slam.
Well, just incredible anticipation and hops by Robert Covington.
Some tough offensive sets. They want to turn it around.
Yeah, right now you just need a bucket to get some momentum.
Here's Irving. Banked in off the glass.
And really, it's been a major aspect of their offense in the early stages here. Their success working the ball inside and getting points from close range.
To the left wing. This one for three. It's hauled in by Harris. And so Brown will bring it up for the Nets. Trailing by 10. Griffin dishes to Irving. From past the arc. Rebound by the Trailblazers.
Well, this has not been a quarter to remember for this guy. He looks completely flustered.
Yeah, they're going to have a nice little run here.
The Nets have gone 1 of 6 from the field in the second quarter. It's been a rough period so far.
And you look at Robert Covington, first team all-defense in 2018, the kind of versatile stopper that every team in the league could use.
And here we go. Trailblazers with a fast break. And so they foul intentionally.
Yeah, not sure what that was about. I mean, talk about a brain cramp.
And a new group out there on the floor for the Nets. Portland also making some changes. Powell, he's checked in for McCollum. And Lillard subbed in for Anthony Simons. And there's the call on DeAndre Jordan. That is his first foul of the game. And Covington may be not a star, but he's a winning player. We've seen that.
And the perfect example of that 3-and-D role player. Can guard 4 or 5 positions and can definitely sling it from outside.
And the Trailblazers making a change here. Anthony's checked in. Nurkic can't hit.
And mark that one down right there. It's going to be a long time until we see him miss another one like that.
Harden, no good.
Well, defensively, if you allow him to get this close, you're playing with fire. He just happened to miss that one.
Covington passes to Lillard. Lets it go from deep. Sinks the triple. Lillard's got 7.
Yeah, and the defense has been on their back heels with the way they've been running the ball up the floor.
Harden outside. 1:15 left in the first half. And the call on the shot that sends him to the line.
Maybe the best ever at earning free throws. I mean, Harden has mastered the art of contact and still being able to get off the shot.
Enes Kanter's checked in for Nurkic. Trailblazers leading by 14. Powell for 3. They grabbed their own miss.
A pretty simple solution to ending this run. It would just be getting back and actually playing some defense.
Harden the pass to Johnson. Back to Harden. From 18 feet away. Rebound by the Trailblazers. Kanter's got 6 rebounds here tonight. Oh, Covington in position. Outside Durant. Pass to Claxton. To the inside. Here's Johnson. To the left side wing. Covington with the steal. And Nicholas Claxton gets the whistle that time. That's his first foul. And Portland with the ball. They're on a 15-3 run. 2-second difference between shot clock and game clock. Stolen by Harden.
And they're losing their concentration here, guys. Just sloppy with the ball.
And Jordan gets it to go.
When you think that this guy was so raw and so skinny coming into the league, now DeAndre Jordan brushing off these challenges with ease.
Outside Anthony pulls it up. The putback. Can't get the putback. And we finished one half of basketball. Trailblazer. All right, David, thank you. And stay with us, folks. We'll be back just after halftime.
The 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey, welcome back to the first quarter for the Trailblazers was fairly even. They had a 4-point advantage at the end of the... And that should do it.
Well, we've got a second half of basketball for you. We think it's going to be pretty good. A big comeback, though, is needed for this game to be competitive, and it probably has to happen quickly. One guy who's getting it done is Lillard.
You just love the patience in that first half. Waited until he got the look he wanted.
You know, as a coach, you can preach good shot selection, but it's up to the players to execute, and this guy has done just that.
All fueled up and ready to go. Let's reset the lineups courtesy of Gatorade for the second half of basketball. Setting the floor for the Nets. We've got Durant. Tyler Johnson is out there with Harden. Then it's Jordan. And it's Claxton in at the power forward.
Well, DeAndre Jordan's a problem because if he gets that close, you know the defense has to commit to him.
The Nets shooting their third and fourth free throw attempts of the game. Now the passion in New York as a pro sports city, Greg, is unquestioned. Talk about the pros and cons, though, of being a player in New York.
You know, the opportunity personally and professionally is immense, no doubt about it, but so is the media scrutiny. It can be very intense, and the fanaticism does make it hard to live a normal existence, and I think the guys who embrace being in a city like New York are the ones that typically are able to perform at the highest level.
So you can either thrive because of it or wilt because of it. Just kind of what your personal preference is.
You called it, partner, and I have seen it happen both ways.
Oh, I bet. And the Nets making a change here. Irving's checked in, and they pick up 2.
You guys know it's pick your poison when you are trying to cover Kyrie out of the pick and roll.
Lillard attacking. Oh, he blocked it and deflects off the backboard. That one's in there, and the Portland lead is cut down to 10 on the bucket from Kyrie Irving.
Well, there's an unpredictability to his offensive game. He is always keeping the defense off balance.
Now McCollum. And he lays it straight in. McCollum's got 4 points this quarter.
Nice touch there from McCollum. Looking comfortable and confident from that range.
Down low, Covington with the steal. And now McCollum running the floor all by himself. And McCollum with the slam.
And I think that play sort of sums up what we've seen tonight. Just simply being outplayed both sides of the ball. Smart basketball defensively, turning into easy points.
Here's Irving. 6 points for him. The pass to Harden. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Off target from three-point range.
Oof, this has been brutal. I mean, he still hasn't made a single shot. No wonder they're struggling.
Covington passes to Nurkic. Oh,
goodness.
We know this about Robert Covington. He is a team man first and foremost. Pretty pass.
Nets trail by 16.
And how about this stat? Over the course of Robert Covington's career, over 60% of his shots coming from long range.
And Greg, the prototypical 3-and-D guy, you almost want to reverse it because defense has been the pivot point for Robert Covington's emergence as a player in this league.
And an intentional foul right there. And a new group in for the Nets. Blake Griffin, he's checked in for Jordan. Green comes in for Nicholas Claxton. Harris is checked in for Kevin Durant. And it's Bruce Brown in for James Harden. An almost entirely new group here for Portland. Cantor checked in for Yusuf Nurkic. Anthony comes in for Robert Covington. Jones checked in for C.J. McCollum. And it's Simons in for Damian Lillard. Outside Irving. From about 19 feet. Count that bucket. Irving's got 6 in the quarter.
And the shooting has really been there for him today, but he may have to take it upon himself to continue to carry this team and try and get out of this hole.
Powell for 3. Rebound, Brooklyn. And finished off by Brown.
Well, this is the court awareness that Joe Harris gives you. He is so skilled at realizing how to give his teammates an open look.
Passes it to Powell. Lets the 3 fly. Cantor, great positioning on the putback.
Just no resistance on the inside. That's their 5th consecutive make in the paint.
Outside Irving. And good as it just snugs right down through the net.
Simply crushing it right now. So much more accurate in the second half than he was in the first.
Here's Simons. 34 seconds left in the third quarter of the game. And some nice ball movement here by the Trailblazers. Here's Anthony. And foul on the shot. He'll shoot 2 at the free throw line. It's going to be on Blake Griffin.
You know, Carmelo Anthony, problematic for the defense. He spends so much time at the line, keeps you on a string.
Tyler Johnson, he's checked in for the Nets. James Harden comes in for Kyrie Irving.
This is about the last guy you want to send to the stripe right now. They keep fouling him, and he keeps making them.
2-second difference between shot clock and game clock. Pass to Harris on the wing. Harden. Yes, that goes in.
I mean, how many spots on the floor is Harden not effective from? I'll tell you, not many.
Powell for 3. You can't get that one. And so it's the Portland Trailblazers enjoying a 12-point lead as they talk things over during. Here now a chance to show you our assist of the game, and it's presented as always by State Farm.
And he sliced the D wide open with his speed. They had no chance to prevent that basket.
Well, that's what a great pass will do, right? You love the unselfish play.
And there have been 2 very different performances from these teams today as we get going in quarter number 4. On the floor for Portland, we've got Damian Lillard. Enes Kanter is out there with Anthony. Then there's Derek Jones. And it's Powell in at the 2-guard spot. KD, that's for 2. That shot missing.
Just a solid performance on the interior. The rebounding has been off the charts.
And Jones slams it home.
You know, often we think of Dame as a scorer first, but they're reminding us of his great ability to pass the rock.
Jones against Durant. That shot, no good. Excellent D from Kanter.
I'll tell you, it feels all night like this guy's been forcing shots, rushing shots. He's really struggling on the offensive end. Oh, the pass was perfect, and Carmelo just finishes with style.
Harden outside. Shoots over Lillard. And again, no good by Brooklyn. And so it's Jones. He'll bring it up for the Portland Trailblazers. 16-point lead, the largest margin in the game. Brooklyn making some changes. DeAndre Jordan's checked in for Griffin. Nicholas Claxton comes in for Jeff Green. And Kyrie Irving subbed in for James Harden. And Portland with a change here, too. McCollum's checked in. And it's Lillard missing.
Well, he's got a great stroke. That one almost dropped.
Irving passes to Johnson. Jones with it. He's picked up by KD. Kicks it out to Lillard. Off target from outside. The Nets have gone 0-3 to start the fourth quarter. Durant, the pass to Claxton. Shooting foul as the whistle blows. He'll shoot 2 free throws. Greg, did you know when you were playing that you'd eventually want to call games, be in the broadcast table?
Kevin, no idea. I didn't have any clue. And quite honestly, didn't really think that there was a career that one could have in terms of broadcasting, you know, because cable was just kind of coming on as I was retiring. You didn't have your own network and the things that we take for granted now. So looking back on it, no, but boy, am I glad I did.
I am glad you did too. You probably don't remember this. Doc Rivers and I were doing a game. You came over to say hi to the two of us, went back out on the floor. Doc nudges me and said he'll be great in TV someday. We saw it then.
He's a good mind. The man knows what he's talking about.
Well, they have the advantage, but you still feel like this guy needs to find a way to get himself going.
Here's Claxton, and it is flushed down with a nice jam.
And they know for next time, don't let him establish position down low.
Coaches call that doing your work early. If you are there defensively, it really does not allow for him to establish that kind of excellent positioning down low.
Anthony finds Nurkic. Out to Anthony. Floats it up there for Nurkic.
Oh, Kevin, get a load of that one. Take that play and put it in the alley-oop textbook, boys.
Perfectly done. You're right. He put it on a platter for him. Johnson, the pass to Irving. 1:51 left in the fourth quarter. Lets it go from the wing. No good off the front iron. Portland leading by 12. Here's Anthony. Terrific assist, a nice finish. Solid play all around.
And this is why coaches talk about playing with pace. The scoreboard tells it all.
I think this is what we call, quote, running a team off the floor. They have been fantastic in transition.
A deep three from Irving. From outside, off the mark.
And you don't want to give up that kind of look too often.
Lillard way outside. Sinks it. What range from outside. Wow. And the Trailblazers lead by 17.
And this is what they wanted. I mean, to announce their presence in this matchup with authority. Very decisive. It can definitely be considered a statement win for Portland.
A beautiful pass doesn't always get you on the highlight reels, but there were some spectacular dishes in this game.
You know what? It was a team that was in sync and just trusted one another to take the right shots.
And we watched them all night long. No one could really stop them. Just another excellent game it was for C.J. McCollum.
What a selfless effort tonight. He's done such a great job finding guys in their appropriate spots.
At the 10th, and there's Jordan putting it right back in.
It is not easy trying to keep DeAndre Jordan off the boards. His combination of length and determination, so impressive.
It's Carmelo Anthony on the wing. Pass to Lillard. From downtown, good on the three-point shot.
But the truth is they've had control of this game.
And I couldn't agree more. What makes it that much more impressive, they're doing it on the road.
Outside Jordan. Back to Irving. There's the triple. And it's good. Assisting on the play was Jordan.
Kyrie Irving is capable of going shot for shot.
And so Portland takes this one, but by a big margin. This was a very strong showing. David, thank you as always. And that'll do it, folks.
welcomes you to the following presentation of the NBA.
The Staples Center downtown. And the injury report for both teams. Players who will not be available tonight.
And some uncertainty arises when both teams are missing players. Who is better able to weather the storm and take care of business?
So the Nets starting five. Tyler Johnson is out there with Harden. And it's Durant. Then it's Jordan. And it's Claxton in at the power forward. And for Los Angeles, they've got Jackson. Marcus Morris is out there with Kawhi Leonard. Then it's Paul George, and it's Zubac in at the pivot spot, manning the middle. And so the Los Angeles Clippers get the first points of the ballgame. From deep, Harden. Rebounded by Jackson. Leonard looking over the floor. Off the mark there with the three-point shot. And here are the Nets.
And in a player empowerment era, no greater power move than Kawhi Leonard's last year. Fresh off a Finals MVP with the Raptors, he signed with his hometown Clippers and compelled a trade for Paul George.
Think about that 14-month run where Kawhi Leonard made his way to Toronto, a team that was on the cusp for many seasons. Goes there, wins the MVP and a championship for the Raptors, and then ends up in his hometown of Los Angeles to try to do the same for the Clippers. Now that's getting it done and writing your own story.
Zubac finds Leonard. And again, it's the Clippers missing. Leonard's gone 1 of 3 from the field here. From the arc. And KD the bucket on the assist by Jordan. Durant's got 5.
KD defines efficient catch-and-shoot players. Perfectly timed there. Great rhythm off the pass.
Zubac with it. There's the pass to George. The rebound by Harden.
Still searching out their offensive game right now. 1 of 5 from the field to start this one.
Traditionally, that's how you want to finish the break, right at the rim.
Yeah, anything other than a layup in that situation, probably disappointing. Had numbers, took advantage.
Now, here's Zubac. And the officials call goaltending, so they'll award the basket.
Just barely too late and catches it on the way down. He's already in the air there, committed, so can't fault him for going for the block.
Now Johnson. And here's Harden for 3. Morris with the rebound. And there's the call on DeAndre Jordan. That's his first foul. Green, he's checked in for the Nets. George against Harden. And George kicks to Zubac. Back to George. And he gets the bucket.
Just tough shots just don't bother Paul George. So smooth with it when he gets into his motion.
Harden outside. Pass to Claxton. Stolen by George. And here comes Leonard leading the fast break. And Kawhi Leonard with the slam.
Guy's got some of the best hands in the league. Paul George instincts right there. Pokes that ball away.
George against Harden. It's Durant on the wing. 5 to shoot. Green passes to KD. The shot, no good. So the Clippers will take it the other way. And the foul on Harden. That is his first foul of the game. Looking at current NBA players, Greg, leaving aside the real star players, who would you love to have played with from this era?
And there's so many guys that, and I hate to call them role players because they bring so much more to the table, but in reality they got to fill some roles, right? And John Collins is a guy who's got great potential, a tremendous finisher around the rim. How about Robert Covington, a smooth shooter who defends his tail off? Davis Bertans, a deadly floor spacer who can put the ball down and create and make plays. So there's so many guys like that in the league that make a difference in determining whether your team can win or lose.
Boy, those are 3 names I don't know that I would have mentioned, so I'm glad you did. It's the Nets now after Los Angeles picked up 3 with their last shot.
He's so good at getting to the rim. Maybe tries to get a little bit too cute with that one. I thought he'd lay it straight up and in.
I'm shocked that didn't turn into 3 points. I mean, he makes you pay on those nearly every time.
And stolen by Cousins. And George, here we go. And George with the stuff.
Now, this is where Cousins' size helps him to have a passing window to find open teammates.
Out left of the wing. Luwawu-Cabarrot kicks to Brown. Green with the ball. And Batum picks him up defensively. And here we go. Cousins heading to the hoop. And then Cousins with the dunk.
Their play on both ends has been superb. We'll see if they can maintain the momentum.
Like tonight, that all the hustle plays have meant so much to this team. Now just sustain some of that energy and keep comfortable.
Irving way outside.
What a defender Beverly is. He's so active down there. The hands, the feet.
The first quarter concludes in a double-digit lead on the scoreboard. Clippers lead by 10. We'll be back shortly live.
This game, it's...
You know this. It takes time mentally for the game to slow down.
It's a great point. This is why most championship teams are laden with seasoned veterans. You can't rush experience. It happens at its own pace.
And if you're just tuning in, we've got a wide margin on the scoreboard, but plenty of time left for a comeback. And taking a look at Los Angeles' performance here, what have they been doing or not doing?
Hey, why take jump shots when you can get your points at the rim?
Yeah, that worked wonders for them in the quarter. We'll see what kind of adjustments get made.
All fueled up and ready to go. Let's reset the lineups courtesy of Gatorade as the second quarter gets going. And Brooklyn looking who they've got. They've got Griffin. Tyler Johnson is out there with Brown. Then there's Harris. And it's Jordan in at the center. Kicks it out to Johnson. Passes to Harris. Shoots the 3. He's now 1 for 2 with that bucket.
A tough start scoring the basketball, but they're starting to turn it around now.
Kennard with the ball. And it's Johnson picking him up. An intentional foul committed, but for what purpose, Greg, I'm not sure.
It's a scene of confusion right there. I can't imagine why he thought it was a good idea to foul there.
Here's what Brooklyn's going with right now. Green, he's checked in for Jordan. Luwawu-Cabarrot comes in for Joe Harris. And Irving subbed in for Johnson. Los Angeles shooting their first free throw tonight. Here in the second quarter with a little over a minute gone.
And Bones, he stands just 6'1", but Patrick Beverly rebounds like a forward.
The fact that he's going to bring it mentally, GA, I mean, that's the huge advantage. I think if you're in the opposing locker room and you know you're going to get on the floor, Patrick Beverly is going to be right in your jock for every minute that you're going to be competing against.
Oh, and they get in the way of the alley-oop. Not to be. Good play defensively. And then Griffin with the dunk.
Whoa, whoa, whoa. The solo alley-oop? That's not something we see too often.
Timed perfectly. Caught the defense totally off guard. Here's Beverly. He's gotten some minutes, but nothing on the board yet. Pass to man. Here's Kennard. And he slams it one-handed.
Patrick Beverly sneaking in right there, always looking for ways that he can help support the team.
Irving surveying the floor. Over Beverly. Tips it up, and Crippen stays with it.
Well, a missed box out and an easy tip in, but it's because of the activity as the ball is going up, finding yourself in the right spot, just using some effort.
And Kennard wide open. He shoots. Off target with his three. And so Green will bring it up for the Brooklyn Nets. Oh, the lob to Irving. The shot, no good. It's tipped. Brown finds Irving. Over Beverly. Again, Irving missing.
Well, he wants to shoot his way out of this cold spell, but the struggles continue.
Yeah, he's got to move on, forget about this sequence here, and try to find a way to get on the board.
Out of bounds, Clippers ball as the Clippers keep possession. And Los Angeles will go for a different look here. Patterson, he's checked in for Cousins. Marcus Morris comes in for Nicholas Batum. Kawhi Leonard's checked in for Luke Kennard. And it's Jackson in for Patrick Beverly. A big group substitution here for Brooklyn. Nicholas Claxton's checked in for Griffin. Kevin Durant comes in for Luwawu Cabarro. Harris is checked in for Brown. And it's James Harden in for Kyrie Irving. Looking at who's out there now for the Nets. Jordan comes in for Green. And Kyrie Irving subbed in for Joe Harris. Leonard with no one around. It's good on the putback. And the Clippers lead by 8.
Terrific score there off the miss by Morris. Doesn't get a ton of offensive rebounds, but making that one count.
Irving against George. The pass to Claxton. KD on the wing. He's covered by Leonard. Fires for three. And that's good. Kevin Durant for three. Durant's got 8 points.
Just one smooth, elongated motion. Durant is just a machine and so repeatable on his delivery.
Outside for George. And a lot of contact on that one, so he'll shoot 2 here.
And the versatility of Paul George's game. Elite defense and rebounding, steals and deflections.
And you think about Paul George moving to several teams, yet still having the impact on both ends of the floor. I think that is a telltale sign that you have an elite talent in Paul George.
Jackson against Harden. Puts up a three. It's hauled in by the Clippers.
I'd love to see them impose themselves a little more on the backboard. That's a great way to find confidence. Always a surefire way to get back in the game.
And Marcus Morris has raised some eyebrows in the last couple of years, just being a much more efficient scorer.
Yeah, nice job of drawing the contact and creating opportunities at the line.
8-second difference between the shot clock and the game clock. Irving finds Harden. Back to Irving. Up again, and there's Jordan putting it right back in. 6 points for him.
Yeah, you could pretty much say that DeAndre Jordan's going to get a lot of his points right there, trolling around the rim.
The shot by George, wide open. And again, no good by the Clippers. And so it's the Los Angeles Clippers.
And now, the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
It was all about the Clippers as the game got going. They put together some nice offensive stretch. Thanks for joining us.
And for those of you just tuning in, thanks for being with us. The second half of this game still to play. Without question, George displaying his skills today.
Yeah, and through the first 2 quarters, he has been the offense for this team.
Yeah, he's shouldering the load right now and looking really comfortable while he's doing it.
They've got Ivica Zubac. Paul George is out there with Jackson. Then it's Marcus Morris, and it's Leonard in at the small forward position. So that's the lineup on the floor for the Clippers. And here are the Clippers now. Clippers leading by 7. Here's George, and then George with the jam.
Well, not only looking at Paul George get up, look at the guys on the bench loving it from PG.
Now here's Johnson. He's been patient so far. Nothing on the scoreboard yet. Jordan kicks to Harden. Pass to Claxton. Good. It's Harden with the assist that time. Reggie, we hear this a lot. It's almost too popular now to say good offense beats good defense. Being a defensive-minded player yourself, do you agree with that statement?
Absolutely, Kevin. And the thing is, in today's game, when I played, there was an era, you could hold teams in the 80s and 90s. You could go a quarter and keep them at 12, 15 points. You can't do that now. It's different. You've got to be able to win stretches of 2 and 3 minutes. And honestly, you're right. The offense does dictate far more, but it doesn't discount the importance of defense. And if you still look at the reigning champs and the teams that have won titles recently, that's still one area that they're consistent in is their defensive approach.
And the Clippers making a change here. Mann's checked in. Johnson kicks to Harris. From deep. It's hauled in by Zubac.
And close to making the defense pay for the lax coverage that time.
Wow, the large wingspan of Durant on full display. What a block there.
Yeah, he just punched the ticket on that one. That'll get the job done.
Powerful two-hand jam. And it's Jackson with the ball, bringing it up for the Los Angeles Clippers. They've led by as much as 10. Here's Mann to the right side. Zubac finds Leonard. Shot clock at 5. Laid in with a nice touch off the glass. Leonard's got 6.
Great dribble move there. Kawhi using refined ball handling skills to get wherever he needs to on the floor.
Inside. And that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul.
I mean, even from over here, you can see that one pretty clearly.
First trip to the line for him here.
And not the guy you want to see at the line too often. Season numbers has him in the bottom tier of the league.
Jeff Green is checked in for the Nets. Bruce Brown comes in for Kevin Durant. Jackson passes to Leonard. And Kawhi Leonard with the slam.
Well, not much you can do to stop that. Leonard showing once again his physical prowess at the 10.
Johnson, the pass to Claxton. And here's Harris from the arc. Rebound, Kawhi Leonard. Clippers leading by 10. Good ball movement here by the Clippers. Down through the hoop it goes. That's his 5th make on 9 shots from the floor.
He's been incredible in this half. Anytime he pulls up from outside, you think that's bottoms.
And here is Johnson. He's still scoreless so far in this one. And again, it's the Nets missing. And the foul is called. He intentionally grabbed him there for some reason. I don't know.
Kevin, all I can think of is that he's trying to slow the game down a little bit.
Right.
That's a stretch, though. Definitely a strange move on his part.
A platoon swap here for the Clippers. A big group substitution here for Brooklyn. Blake Griffin, he's checked in for Green. Luwawu Cabarro comes in for Harris. James Harden, he's checked in for Bruce Brown. And Irving subbed in for Johnson.
Yeah, you don't want to leave people open when Blake Griffin has vision of the floor. He exploited the hole in the defense that time. Outside,
George. That's in for his 5th make of the night. Now shooting at a 50% clip, 5 for 10.
Unwilling to let up even for a moment. That's his killer instinct, just fanning the flame.
Yeah, he's the guy that you want to go to right now, trying to put this one away.
Irving doesn't go that time. So Los Angeles will take it the other way. There's 48 seconds left in the 3rd quarter. Passes it to Batum. He feeds it to Cousins. And the layup falls. Cousins has got the lead up to 14 now for Los Angeles.
Pretty much all of their buckets coming from inside the paint now.
29 seconds left to play here in the 3rd. From deep, Harden. And it's rebounded by DeMarcus Cousins. Los Angeles leading by 14. George passes to Cousins. Outside, Batum. To the wing right side. Back to Beverly. Here's Mann. No good from the wing. Well, through 3 quarters of play, down double digits, it may be difficult to overcome. The Clippers on top. They lead by 14. And let's take this chance now to show you the State Farm assist of the game.
Yeah, an easy choice tonight. Look at the precision on this pass. Put it on a platter for him.
Well, there's a way to break down the defense with the handle, but you can do it with the pass. Prime example of that right there.
And with the 4th quarter upon us, time is running out for this game to become competitive. On the court for the Nets, getting the 4th quarter going. Jordan is out there with Griffin. Then it's Kyrie Irving. Then it's Harden. And it's Luwawu in at the 3 slot. And that's an intentional foul.
Really no idea why you're fouling in a situation like that. You know, maybe there's some bad blood between those two.
And Brooklyn making a change here. Durant's checked in. And Batum kicks to Beverly. Just 5 on the clock. Leonard fires away from outside. Griffin grabs the board. Nets trail by 14. And Katie, here we go. Good.
I'll tell you, Durant's ability to handle the ball at his size, impossible to stop on the drive once he gets that step on you.
Kennard with the ball. Pass to Zubac. Back to Kennard. Now Zubac. A 3 from Leonard. Offensive rebound.
Oh, smooth. Guys, very good job getting himself in close enough that he could just tip it back in.
Well said. Those kind of plays in the offensive glass can tell the story sometimes, can't they? DeMarcus Cousins is checked in for Zubac. 4th quarter still young, just over a minute play. Katie with it. He's picked up by Cousins. And that one's good. Durant.
Disappointing as a player to have such a great game and still be trailing. Not over yet, though.
Kennard for 3. And it's KD with the rebound.
Not great numbers, but great effort in this one. Sounds funny, but I think he's been a positive for them.
And hard to decide which was better, the pass, the catch, or the slam.
Oh, there's no wrong answer. Sensational alley-oop. And the pass to Kennard. Back to Beverly. Clippers moving the ball around. Cousins, the pass to Beverly. 6 to shoot. Lets it fly. Cousins, no good.
Yeah, my expectations were that he was not going to miss that one. He handles that kind of defense, especially on the inside.
And it's Batum with the ball, bringing it up for the Clippers. Trying to go for an alley-oop, but excellent defense and anticipation there to stop. And the call will be against Luke Kennard. That is his first foul of the game. Paul George, he's checked in for Los Angeles. The Nets also changing it up. Green, he's checked in for Griffin. Harris comes in for James Harden. And it's Tyler Johnson in for Irving. Over to the left wing. Beverly wide open. Los Angeles with another miss.
And I thought that was going to drop. It looked good from here.
Leonard with the steal. The numbers in their favor. And George with the stuff.
Yeah, Paul George will take those opportunities anytime he can get them. A nice dunk there.
Nets trail by 11. On the wing, Green. Harris outside. Durant for three. It's hauled in by the Clippers. Cousins has got his 4th rebound in this one. Now George. This is to Batum. Just 5 to shoot. The tray. It's hauled in by DeAndre Jordan. Jordan's got 9 rebounds in the game. Getting it done. Here's Green. And he gets the whistle. 2 free throws coming up. It's on Nicholas Batum.
And the length of Green is a real issue for the D. His arms just go forever, which often results in a lot of shooting fouls for him.
Here's what the Clippers are going with right now. Zubac is checked in for Cousins. And Morris subbed in for Nicholas Batum. And a change for the Nets. James Harden. He's checked in for Harris. And a deep three from George from beyond the arc and then some. George has got 9 points now in just the second half. Johnson outside. Green finds Johnson. Here's KD. And again, it's the Nets missing.
I think if I was coaching these guys right now, especially him, I'd tell him, you take one more three-point shot, and we're going to have some conversations here side by side.
Over to the wing. Back to Morris. Here's the three. He can't hit that time. And Brooklyn will come the other way.
And clearly, we will not be witnessing a spirited comeback tonight, albeit as exciting as that would be. This was an excellent all-around performance for the Clippers.
In the end, they had a better shooting percentage, and that's what made the difference. Sometimes, things go your way. The other team wasn't catching many lucky breaks themselves.
Yeah, and Kevin, not all about luck. I thought their overall shot selection was better.
And, when you look at the huge impact he had, just a monster game for Paul George.
Well, those points he had tonight, all critical, all from energy and activity. He just never seemed to stop.
Now here's Durant. From outside the arc. Drills it from outside.
Deadly. From every spot on the court, Durant is both prolific and relentless.
So the Clippers with the win. Some good moments. Thank you, David. Great interview once again. And that'll wrap it. Before.
Hey, Kevin.
Very dangerous indeed. David, thanks. Short a rotation play. Nothing that they can't overcome, but it does shrink their margin for error just a bit.
They're missing a quality player. Injuries a big part of the game. They just got to make the adjustments.
So the Nets starting five. Harden out there with Johnson. Then there's DeAndre Jordan. And it's Durant. And it's Luwawu in at the 3, the small forward. And for the Bucks, Giannis is the 4 with Lopez the 5. Holiday out there with Dante DiVincenzo. And it's Middleton in at the small forward.
Boy, a dynamic wing with freakish length. Durant is the ideal alley-oop target.
And as expected, Kevin Durant sitting out all of last season, recovering from the Achilles injury. Glad to see him back on the floor.
I agree with you, and it was absolutely a no-brainer for Kevin to sit out the season. That type of injury, you give it all the time you need, and the Nets knew that. They knew when the deal was done that he was going to most likely miss the season. And yet, they did the right thing, and when you have a guy like KD, you want to make sure you're not rushing him back. You want him fully ready when it's time for him to go.
And just over a minute played here in the start of the game. To the middle. Here's Antetokounmpo. It's good. The assist that time from Holiday. Antetokounmpo's got his second bucket tonight.
Savvy play from Holiday. Quick thinking helps him get the ball to the wide open man.
Here's Durant. Milwaukee with the rebound.
Yeah, he just flat out tricked that one, missed it, and has no one to blame but himself.
Ball stolen. Here's Harden. It's tipped. And that's out of bounds. Brooklyn will retain possession. Stolen by Middleton. Oh, here we go. Antetokounmpo. Nobody back. And so Milwaukee again turning it over. For Brooklyn, they've gone 2 of 5 here, making 40% so far to start out the game. Outside Durant. And again, no good by Brooklyn. Durant's gone 1 of 3 shooting so far. And contact on the... And here we go with the coach's challenge. Not surprised in a competitive game like this. And he's disputing the personal foul call.
And I think when it comes to some of the more difficult calls to make, Personal fouls can be tough. The action is so fast that it's really tough to catch everything in real time.
The wonders of technology, Greg. We've seen replay reviews so effectively, and involving the coaches by being able now to challenge like this is something a lot of people have been hoping for. And so the word is in. They've decided that the call stands as it was made on the floor.
And, you know, even if a coach still feels this wasn't the right call, you got to acknowledge the effort being put in to reviewing it. The double checking, and the game continues on.
Now here's Johnson, and a deep three from Harden. And again, no good by Brooklyn.
No doubt he's struggling right now from the field. Let's see if he can get it going this quarter.
And Holiday kicks to DiVincenzo. Antetokounmpo against Jordan. And there's the call on DeAndre Jordan. That is his first foul of the game. P.J. Tucker, he's checked in for Milwaukee. And here in the first, approaching 3 minutes played. Shots good by Middleton.
Boy, Tucker ever unselfish in how he goes about his game. Nice job finding his teammate there.
Holiday against Irving. Just 4 to shoot. Can't hit that one. Excellent D there from Holiday. Bucks leading by 4. Here's Tucker, and he makes no mistake on the slam dunk.
How about the court vision of Middleton? Just so good at finding the open man.
They've been struggling here on offense.
Yeah, a bit of a dry spell for sure.
And a wide open look for Irving. And he can't stop this drought. Another miss. And the wide open shot from DiVincenzo. No good from outside. And so it's Irving with it, bringing it up for Brooklyn. Here's Griffin, and the layup's good off the glass.
You know, with Harris, if you're open, he's going to make sure he finds you.
For Milwaukee, they've gone 4 of 5 from the field so far. Holiday, the pass to Lopez. Unloads from 13. And good, and it takes a nice bounce off the right iron and down. Middleton's got 5 points so far. Nets trail by 6. And here is Irving. He's been quiet so far. Still no points in the game. Three-pointer. And it goes out of bounds. Last touch by Irving. Some changes for Brooklyn. Green, he's checked in for Nicholas Claxton. Luwawu Cabarro comes in for Joe Harris. And it's James Harden in for Kyrie Irving. There's the pass to Portis. First shot, first basket. He's out of the blocks fast.
Every time they get scored on during this run, it's come from inside the paint.
Griffin.
Oh my great goodness! That was special. And Harden, an absolutely vicious dunker. Terrific at bouncing towards the rim for the epic throwdown.
Here is Forbes. Passes it to Tucker. Inside. Nice ball movement by Milwaukee. Nice shot by Portis. Portis has got his second basket of the night.
And they've done well at taking advantage of some late defensive rotations and getting the ball in the paint.
Harden. And so it's the Milwaukee Bucks in the driver's seat, up 8 points at the end of the quarter. Their lead is where it is because they've gotten good shots. A lot of good shots. And we'll be back with you shortly. And recently, Kevin Durant discussed what they have to face night in and night out.
I think we get a lot of teams' best shot in the first.
And Greg, it's one of the great challenges of being one of the teams to beat.
But that's the difference with a superstar like Durant. He can give you elite play from start to finish. Lesser guys can do that only in spurts.
And if you're just joining us, we've played through one quarter in this one. All right, well, a look at how the points have been generated so far. Scoring breakdown for the Bucks.
Fellas, they're passing the ball
the way you're supposed to here in this first half.
They've established their presence in the paint tonight. Also, a lot of their scoring to this point coming from down low.
On the court right now, second quarter starting for the Nets. They've got Luwawu. Jordan is out there with Green. Then there's Brown, and it's Harden in at the 1. Greg, you were a physical, defensive-minded player. What are your thoughts on how closely the game is called now as opposed to when you played?
It is, Kevin, and yeah, some people like the physicality of the era I played in, but you know, I like the beauty of the game with the spacing and the freedom of movement, and I think that's one reason why you see so much switching. It's hard to fight through screens without fouling, and ball handlers have become experts at drawing contact, even if it's, you know, incidental. And I think that's just an area where the game has changed so much that that ability to play in space is so vital.
Those plays can make a difference in a game like this.
Well, you know it's going to fire up, Greg, everybody on that bench.
Making a statement for sure. I mean, we'll see if they can maintain that aggressive approach, guys.
KD's checked in for the Nets. Johnson comes in for James Harden. Now, here's Tucker. The rim-rattling two-handed jam.
The dribble drive once one of Tucker's weaknesses. Now he's refined it and added it to his arsenal.
And that corner three, a cornerstone of P.J. Tucker's game. Takes and makes them as much as anybody in the league.
And, Greg, how about this little factoid? Back at the University of Texas, he only shot 4 triples in 3 seasons. Floor spacing was not a part of his game. It was about getting that thing in the paint. But to his credit, and it's an example for all young players, through hard work, that short corner has become his bread and butter shot. Talk about a total transformation from no threes to being a dead-eye corner 3 shooter.
Bucks leading by 6. There's the lob into Kumbo.
And they got to keep him off the glass. For a little guy, he can be a handful on the offensive boards if you're not aware of it.
For 3, Durant. And again, it's the Nets missing. The Bucks have gone 3 of their first 5 shots to drop here in the second quarter. Chalk up 2 there. And now it's a 10-point Milwaukee lead.
How many times have we seen a possession like that from them today? Ending with a basket, coming off a pretty pass.
Well, when you look at the assist totals, heck, they've been clearly the better team.
Pick works well there. Not much resistance from the D.
Yeah, that's not the defense you need. You got to be tougher defensively.
Outside Teague. Kicks it to Tucker. And he's going to get whistled for that foul, G. That was intentional, but not exactly logical.
How about pointless to foul there? I mean, I don't know where his head is, but it's not in the game.
Here's what Brooklyn's going with right now. Andrew Shamet comes in for Green, and James Harden subbed in for Luwawu. A platoon swap here for Milwaukee. And the Nets making a change here as well. Kyrie Irving is checked in for Johnson. And again, no good by Brooklyn. Durant with the steal. Got a piece of it. Here's Jordan. And no good that time. And Milwaukee the other way now. To the inside. Here's Antetokounmpo. And Antetokounmpo slams it in.
I tell you, that's why Antetokounmpo is so feared league-wide. I mean, when he's close to the rim, he's most likely going to flush it on you.
And a deep 3 from Irving. Nets with the new shot clock.
Boy, just cannot buy a bucket, guys. I'll tell you what, that's a painful quarter for him, and it's painful for me to watch, too.
And the slam dunk by Antetokounmpo.
And this offense is in a perfect rhythm, and you can see how they're finishing their plays.
Boy, this is borderline ridiculous. I mean, every single attempt finding the bottom of the bucket.
And he's good on the 3 ball.
Always great from deep. I don't think Irvin has gotten enough credit for how lethal he is from behind the arc.
52 seconds left in the first half of basketball. Holiday dishes to Antetokounmpo. Pass to Middleton. Wants to get it to Antetokounmpo and does. Lopez kicks to Giannis. That one wide left. And it's Harden with the ball for the Nets. They trail by 9 points. Irving's shot is good.
Boy, that's exactly how you punish a team in transition. Kyrie getting out in front and going straight on the attack.
About 3 seconds between shot and game clock. Bounce pass, Holiday. And now the fast break, Irving with the ball. That shot off. Good D by Holiday. Pushing it up. Lopez passes to Antetokounmpo. And he banks in the layup. Giannis has got 6 in the quarter.
Boy, he is so dangerous from this area, guys. Even when Giannis is defended tightly, he powers through it.
And they keep hammering away at him inside, forcing the ball into the paint.
And so it's Milwaukee bringing the quarter to a close with us. All right, thank you, David. Folks, don't go away after the break. We'll see you right back here.
It's the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey, everybody. Good to see you back here on our halftime show. Well, actually, we can't see you, but you can see us. It was a fast pace for Milwaukee at the outset. You could see the daggers in their eyes as they went on a 10-4 run to start things off.
And happy you could join us. We've got 2 quarters left to go in regulation. You look at Antetokounmpo really making a difference here.
Man, he's been running wild on him through that first half. Absolute dynamite on offense.
And you know what? I'll be interested to see just how much he's got left in the tank. That first half had to take a lot out of.
Middleton and Giannis are the forward tandem. Dante DiVincenzo, he's out there with Holiday. And it's Lopez in at the pivot spot manning the middle. They're the group for Mike Budenholzer starting the second half. Now Middleton following Drew Holiday's three-point attempt. Here's Giannis. Good, and the assist goes to Middleton. Middleton's got 3 assists tonight.
Just no resistance on the inside. That's their 5th consecutive make in the paint.
Those looks they're allowing are almost automatic.
Irving, here's Durant. 2 free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul. It goes on Giannis Antetokounmpo.
Well, you can't afford to bite on this. I mean, once Durant has you in the air, the rest of it is elementary.
I know you appreciate this, Greg. So much of defense now is closing out on the three-point shooting and then protecting the rim. Consequently, pull-up jump shooters are super valuable, and there are a lot of good ones in the NBA right now.
No doubt about it. And Kevin, you know, you think about a few guys. James Harden, I mean, he shoots that step-back 3, but he's a guy that, because of his ability to utilize your inability to defend that three-pointer, Kyrie, Dame Lillard, those are some guys. Chris Paul still as good as anybody in that mid-range area. CJ McCollum. These are guys that have really feasted and carved out a nice niche for themselves in the NBA because of that ability to take and make jump shots.
And I love that list. You're right on it. The kick out to Irving. Yep, that one goes in there. Irving's got 9 points.
Boy, good luck trying to keep Irving down. I mean, he's more than happy to take the contact and finish right through it.
Middleton the pass to Lopez. Back to Middleton. Nets trail by 8. Irving drives in. That doesn't go in either for Irving.
Far from an ideal start here. I mean, this half just 1 for 4 so far.
The defense there got away with a major lapse.
And then Griffin with the dunk.
Whoa, whoa, whoa. The solo alley-oop? That's not something we see too often.
Timed perfectly. Caught the defense totally off guard.
Tell you what, the coach's heart was in his throat, and he was in shock and awe. But now he's got a big smile on his face.
A nice shot there by Antetokounmpo.
I love his shot selection today. He set the bar for the rest of the team.
Now Irving. He's got 9. Over Holiday. Rebounded by the Bucks. Lopez has got 5 rebounds tonight.
You know, he's been off tonight, off his game. At this point, he might want to focus on creating for others.
The kick out to Antetokounmpo. To the paint. And Lopez throws it down.
You know, when you see Antetokounmpo make a pass like that, it tells you just how much he's matured and grown as a player and decision maker.
And he commits the intentional foul.
Really no idea why you're fouling in a situation like that. You know, maybe there's some bad blood between those two.
Yeah, but that's no excuse for that kind of foul. I mean, that might be an explanation for it, but certainly doesn't justify it. And even then, it's just not a good play.
A platoon swap here for Milwaukee. Jordan, he's checked in for the Nets. Back to Antetokounmpo. Up and in on the layup. Antetokounmpo's got the lead up to 12 now for Milwaukee.
Big miscommunication on defense. He recognizes it and quickly takes advantage.
Boy, the defense looks shell-shocked. I mean, they're on the ropes right now, on their heels.
And a wide open look for Jordan. And again, no good by Brooklyn.
And physically, there's no doubt they've been the stronger team. A +10 rebound advantage tells you all you need to know.
The kick out to T. Five on the clock. Pass to Tucker. The 3. Jordan with the rebound. And it's Harris with the ball for the Brooklyn Nets. A 12-point game. Bucket is good.
You know, Harris has a really good all-around game, and I've been most impressed by his passing.
For Milwaukee, they've gone just a bit under 50% from the field since halftime. 5 out of 11. Here's Connaughton. But they recover it. Here's Portis. The putback controls the rebound and puts it back up and in. And the Bucks lead by 12.
They're finding lanes to the hoop now with consistency. 5 buckets in a row from the paint.
And on the flip side, the defenders have to show more fight on the interior. They've got to offer more resistance here.
Knocked loose. And that's out of bounds. Brooklyn will retain possession.
Chris Middleton. Bryn Forbes.
Just 4 seconds left in the third quarter. Stolen by Middleton. And so it's the Milwaukee Bucks. Up by a dozen here at the end of the quarter. Their defense has been terrific. And let's take now this moment to bring up our State Farm assist of the game.
And I'm glad this was the pick because I love this pass. Such a great dish. That's what I call court vision.
Yeah, and with the accuracy to go along with that vision. I mean, he put the ball in the absolute perfect spot. That's how you orchestrate it.
And 1 quarter to go in a game that to this point has not been an evenly fought contest. On the court for the Nets, getting the fourth quarter going. Luwawu is out there with Green. Then there's Brown. Then it's Johnson. And it's Claxton in at the center, locking down the middle. Here is Forbes. That's tipped. And they're pushing it up. Throws it up high. It's rebounded by Portis. Bucks leading by 12. Here is Forbes. Shot clock at 6. Back to Connaughton. There's Portis. A second chance effort. And it's good on the way in.
And that bucket adds to what has been a big difference in points in the paint between the two teams.
Yeah, it's really been quite a contrast. I like the way they're attacking the middle at their offensive end.
And now we've got the intentional foul. Antetokounmpo's checked in for the Bucks. Teague comes in for Bryn Forbes. Then for the Nets, Blake Griffin, he's checked in for Green. Harris comes in for Luwawu Cabarro. And Kyrie Irving subbed in for Johnson. Irving dishes to Harris. And there's the pass to Claxton. From deep. Harris's shot is off. Bucks have gone 1 of 3 from the field to start the fourth quarter. Antetokounmpo, no good.
And if you ask me what percentage of the time he's making that shot, my answer would be in the single digits.
Well, you can't be forcing a shot like that. You got to keep the ball moving. Get something better.
Here's Irving. Claxton. He hangs in there and cashes in on the second chance points.
Way to work the glass. Buffet style. Second chance buckets. They can make a big difference.
Pass to Portis. Game moves along. 2 minutes gone here in the fourth. From the wing. No good that time. The Nets go the other way with it.
And it's still a close game. I mean, despite the fact that they've struggled to compete on the board.
Yeah, you know, but down the stretch here, guys, they'll summon that extra effort to try and get it done, I think.
Stolen away. Nice job to interrupt the alley-oop attempt there. And finished off by Brown.
You cannot afford to be careless around Harris. He's very capable of swiping the ball away if you are.
Bucks leading by 10. For those just joining us, fourth quarter here. We're just over 2.5 minutes into it. Back to Portis. The Bucks working the ball around. It's Antetokounmpo on the wing and stolen by Harris. Claxton, no good.
Yeah, and that was lining up to be a huge alley-oop, but they just couldn't quite connect.
And, you know, guys, always a tough catch on the lob. Placement and timing have to be close to perfect.
Griffin with the steal. Outside Irving. Good on the shot, and that shaves the lead to single digits.
All Irvin needs is just a little room to convert, and he's good to go.
And they go to the intentional foul, and a new group in for the Nets. DeAndre Jordan's checked in for Griffin. Kevin Durant comes in for Nicholas Claxton. Luwawu is checked in for Joe Harris. And it's James Harden in for Bruce Brown. Here's Middleton. Keeps it alive. Giannis on the follow.
You know, Antetokounmpo, for all of his skills and talent, he's a worker. This guy likes to grind and takes a lot of pride in outworking people on the board.
Harden against DiVincenzo. Harden the pass to Jordan. Oh, what a dunk!
Boy, DeAndre Jordan still able to throw down these fantastic dunks. And he loves when he gets a chance to do so.
1:10 left in the fourth quarter of this one. Holiday with it. Just 5 on the clock. Oh, and there's the alley-oop. Oh, a nice defensive play to disrupt the alley-oop. Stolen by Middleton. Down low, DiVincenzo. A good finish at the rack off the slick feed. And the Bucks lead by 10.
And credit the whole team. It was a focused, concerted effort to put this one away.
Yeah, what a time to put the hammer down. Any hope of a comeback diminished.
You know, we talk about it all the time, guys. Those second chance buckets, always the result of that extra effort.
Middleton on the wing. Pass to Lopez. 6 to shoot. Over Jordan. Lopez, no luck. And finished off by KD.
And how's that for a one-man show? Put this fella on Broadway.
The most magnificent alley-oop we could have seen.
And, fellas, he pulled it off to perfection.
And so the Bucks take the win. It was a thing. All right, David, thank you. Thank you for joining us. That'll do it. To get dressed up for these guys. And nothing.
Hey, Kevin.
Great stuff as always, GA. Thanks. And a look at the status here of both teams, injured players, and who will not be in the lineup.
And with both teams at less than full strength, we'll have to see which side is able to remain more effective.
So the Nets starting five. Durant is out there with Jordan. Then it's Harden. Then it's Johnson. And it's Luwawu.
Oh, wow! Nice. That's how you get your boys on the bench going crazy. What an incredible dunk by Durant, who never ceases to amaze me.
Pass to McCollum. Not many teams have the personnel, Greg, to work the ball through the post, but that's what we're going to see plenty of tonight. These two teams can do it.
No doubt, Kevin. It can really add a dimension to your offense, and it creates different rotations defensively, especially when you've got someone down low that's going to demand a double team. And so I'm interested to see, in essence, some old school basketball in terms of how teams rotate out of that post.
I am too. And stolen by Lillard. And oh, here we go. Covington's got it. The fast break chance.
Encouraging to see Lillard focus on improving his defense, showing solid instincts to come up with that steal.
To the left wing. Luwawu, the pass to Durant. In the corner. Harden. That three off the mark. The Trailblazers have gone just 1 of 4 to get this game started. Powell finds McCollum. No good with the triple.
Really just struggling here in the first few minutes. 5 attempts with only 1 falling.
Nets passing it around. Passes it to Durant. Can't connect from long distance. Portland's gone 0 of 2 from deep here. Covington into the lane. And the dunk by Covington.
You can't give Covington a lane. Once he gets one, he goes for the throwdown.
And last season, Lillard doing more playmaking than prior years, a career high in assists.
Well, we all know that Dame can score whenever he wants to. This team is better when he's setting others up. Lillard knows that. I expect him to continue to spread the ball around.
The Trailblazers have gone 2 of 6 from the field. Inside, it's McCollum on the wing. Back to Nurkic, and finished off by Nurkic.
Great court awareness from the crafty guard McCollum. A good teammate who likes hitting his open guys.
Pass to Harden from deep three-point range, and it's rebounded by Covington. And so it's Covington who brings up the ball for the Portland Trailblazers. Johnson with the block. And the officials call a traveling violation for the Trailblazers. Cantor checked in for Nurkic. Anthony comes in for Robert Covington. And it's Derek Jones in for McCollum. The Nets also changing it up. Griffin's checked in for DeAndre Jordan. Green comes in for Luwawu Cabarro. And it's Bruce Brown in for Johnson. And that one goes out of bounds. Last touch by Lillard. Simons, he's checked in for the Trailblazers. For Brooklyn, they've gone 50% from the field, hitting 3 of 6 since the opening tip. 1:44 left in the first quarter. And it's in there.
Look, when he's not killing you on the perimeter, he's doing it inside.
Portland trailing here. Now Lillard. Nothing yet on the scoreboard for him. Here's Simons. First shot, first basket. He's out of the blocks fast.
And giving up some inches inside, but makes up for it with an aggressive style.
Yeah, it's the attack mindset. I mean, that helped him prevail right there. Sometimes you just got to go with your gut.
Harden, no good.
Not the most productive quarter he'll ever have, but his shot selection's been a little bit dubious.
The Trailblazers have gone 4 of 10 shooting the ball here in the first quarter. Lillard attacking. And out of bounds as Brooklyn gains possession.
That's just a needless giveaway. You got to make the defense work for their turnovers.
Some changes for Brooklyn. Harris is checked in for Durant, and Irving subbed in for James Harden. Irving against Lillard. On the wing, Harris. And again, it's the Nets missing. Portland's gone 0-3 from three-point land. Nothing yet going outside.
And the definition of teamwork right there on that alley-oop.
And, Greg, what about the finish? Bringing it down with some thunder. Yeah. Irving against Lillard. Irving passes to Griffin. Yes, and it's Irving picking up the assist.
You don't put up numbers like Griffin unless you can finish through the contact inside.
Three-pointer, Lillard. Brooklyn with the rebound. Irving kicks to Green, to the inside. The kick out to Irving, stolen by Cantor. The Trailblazers shooting their first free throws here for the night.
And when you look at their numbers from a season ago, 80% as a unit, that's something you'll be happy with.
One of my favorite trash talkers in the NBA, Cantor, never really shies away from taking jabs at opponents. And I think his teammates like that.
One quarter in the books, and it's been a close one so far. Trailblazers lead by 2. And the second quarter about to get started. And before the game, we ran into Damian Lillard, who touched upon.
What we've learned is staying together.
And Greg, of course, he helps keep everyone on the same page.
He communicates well with his teammates, and he listens. That's why they trust him. The discussions go both ways.
And we hope you're enjoying the game. Both teams tonight keeping things pretty even so far on the scoreboard. And for Portland guys, what jumps out to you stat-wise?
Showing a lot of confidence in their rotation. They went right to that bench when they needed points.
Well, credit the coaching. Some guys wouldn't have made those substitutions in the first quarter. Now it's paying off.
In a moment now to reset the lineups, courtesy of Gatorade, all fueled up for the second quarter of basketball. And Brooklyn, looking who they've got. They've got Luwawu on out there with Tyler Johnson. And it's Green, and it's Claxton in at center. Trying to go for an alley-oop, but excellent defense and anticipation there to stop it. Green with the ball. Jones covering. Claxton with the bucket.
Yeah, and there it is again. On a lot of their possessions this first half, they've established great inside position.
Portland leading. And so they foul intentionally.
Yeah, not sure what that was about. I mean, talk about a brain cramp.
For the Trailblazers, Robert Covington's checked in for Jones, and McCollum subbed in for Damian Lillard. And a new group in for the Nets. Jordan, he's checked in for Nicholas Claxton. Durant comes in for Jeff Green. Irving's checked in for Bruce Brown. And it's James Harden in for Johnson. And for Portland, they're shooting pretty well at 46% from the floor.
Well, and last season, we saw teams double and trap James Harden more than any other player in the league. As soon as he crossed half court, they did not want the ball in his hands.
It's McCollum with the drive. And that's going to be too many steps. Gets the whistle on the travel.
That's 2 really unproductive trips in a row, ending in turnover.
Nurkic checked in for Portland. Norman Powell comes in for Anthony Simons.
And all the trapping had to frustrate Harden. But whatever may come, he's going to make the right play.
Yeah, and you can, Jay, because he's not just a good passer. He's a great passer. He averaged over double digits assists the year they played him at point guard. He makes you pay for sending help.
We're now about 2 minutes into the second quarter. Harden against Powell. Clock at 6. And the rejection by Harden. And it's out of bounds. The Trailblazers able to retain possession here. Shot clock at 2. McCollum from deep. Three-point land. Nurkic. And finally they hit one.
Well, you see the hard-working mentality of Nurkic. I mean, love how assertive he is on the offensive boards.
On the wing, Irving. Guarded by Powell. Outside Irving. No good on the 3. For Portland, they've gone 2 of 4 shooting the ball here in the second. Taken away. Drops in the layup for 2. Irving's got 4 this quarter.
Moving it around, 8 of their last 10 coming off assists.
McCollum outside. The pass to Powell. To the paint. Stolen by Harden. There's the lob to Harden. And Harden with the stuff.
And you can't leave someone open around Durant. He keeps his eyes up, makes a play for his teammate.
McCollum feeling it out a bit. Misses the 3.
If he'd been even halfway decent today, the score would be a lot different, but he can't get anything to fall.
Luwawu-Cabarrot kicks to Harden. To the middle. Outside for Durant. Lets it go. Nets with the new shot clock. That one, no good. Trailblazers trail by 4. Nurkic in the post. KD's on him.
And all Nurkic needs is good positioning. Once he has this, dunking is easy.
And it's Harden with the ball for the Brooklyn Nets. Only giving up 6 here in this quarter. Back to Irving. Outside, KD. From deep, an absolute bomb from three-point range. Durant's got 7 points in the game.
Yeah, and their shooting really starting to pick up here in the second.
They need a good offensive possession.
Yeah, they've gone a long time without a bucket.
Powell dishes to McCollum. Oh, Covington in position. And here we go. Brooklyn fast break. Here's Irving. Nurkic with the block.
His coaches and teammates like this type of energy. Nurkic demonstrating that he could be an anchor on the defense.
And boy, that looked like goaltending. Yes, it is. And so they will award the basket there.
So close to getting the block there. You can live with those calls because you'd rather have a guy playing aggressive instead of playing it safe.
And that concludes the first half. Nets out in front as they wrap up the second quarter on a 15. Thank you, David. And we'll be back for the third quarter of action following halftime.
The 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey, everybody. Welcome to Brooklyn found themselves in a close game in the first. They were never able to get the lead above 4. And that's...
And we hope you've enjoyed the broadcast so far. We're halfway through the game. We've seen Kevin Durant really having a great game.
He's done a fantastic job of finding open space to operate within the first few quarters.
Yeah, the offense looks crisp, and guys are hitting their shots.
Pairing up in the backcourt, Lillard and McCollum. Powell is out there with Robert Covington, and it's Nurkic in at the 5, roaming the paint. That's the group on the floor for Portland.
And C-Web, the strength and conditioning of James Harden, something I'm not certain everybody has an appreciation for.
Yeah, and to your point, back in high school, despite losing Artesia to back-to-back state championships, Harden dealt with asthma and was frankly out of shape. Over the years, dedication to diet and training, that enabled him to reach new heights.
Pass to McCollum. And he drops in the layup off the glass. McCollum's got his first 2 points.
This guy's just a gamer. McCollum, I mean, he really embraces taking on the defense and finding a way to finish.
Jordan kicks to Harden. Nice ball movement by Brooklyn. Back to Jordan. Outside for Durant. And there's the shot clock violation. Couldn't get the shot off in time. We have got to see that sensational mobile one block again.
And that'll give him a jolt. Nothing like a rejection to light a fire under you.
Trailblazers trail by 9. Passes it to Powell. Feeds to Nurkic. Kicks it out to McCollum. Pass to Lillard. From past the arc. That falls. Nice feed that time from McCollum. Lillard's got his second bucket of the night.
There's never going to be hesitation from Lillard on his catch-and-shoot opportunities. His confidence through the roof on those.
Harden the pass to Jordan. And the shot goes down.
Nice and steady so far in the second half. They're 3 for 4.
The Trailblazers have gone 2 of 3 from the field to start the second half. Here's Lillard. He's got 5. And a wide open look for McCollum. A three-pointer, no good.
His offense has been non-existent tonight. It's really hurt.
You gotta love his hustle, leaving the defense no time to react.
And how about then not settling? I mean, instead of being lazy with the shot selection, they go right to the rim.
Powell dishes to McCollum. Lillard with it. McCollum outside. Durant with the steal. Oh, and here comes Johnson all alone. And Harden with the stuff.
The athleticism Harden possesses is scary. I mean, he's constantly driving toward the basket for these dunks.
Clock keeps going. 3 minutes into the second half now. Here's Lillard. And he lays it straight in. Lillard's got 7 points in the game. Greg, when you played for the Knicks, I always heard that Charles Oakley would cook for the players. Is that true?
Absolutely. Oak was very particular about his food. And I got to tell you, he knows his way around the kitchen. And to be honest, I would never tell him otherwise.
Well, what was his special?
Whatever he made, it was special. Wouldn't matter.
He gets a chance now to catch up with the 4th member of our crew, Hall of Famer David Aldridge.
Hey, Kevin, we know that for years the NBA has thought about a postseason play-in tournament to get more teams and fans involved. Last year's pandemic stoppage basically necessitated its implementation. For the NBA, the disruption of business as usual enabled innovation and risk-taking. I don't want to be too hoity-toity, but it was Albert Einstein who once said, "In the midst of every crisis lies great opportunity." Guys, back to you.
You're right. Thank you, David.
He's one of the best per-minute rebounders in the game. Cantor gets a lot of his points this way.
Irving passes to Griffin. Back to Irving. Griffin trying to get open. And Irving with the basket on the assist by Griffin. 6 points for him.
Just impressed with the teamwork out there, setting the table for one another.
There's 45 seconds left to play here in the third. Lillard with it, picked up by Brown. And Lillard kicks to McCollum. And Enes Kanter picks up the foul. That is his first foul of the game. Count that one, and the Nets' lead has been cut down to 5 on the bucket from McCollum for the Trailblazers. Anthony comes in for Norman Powell, and it's Simons in for C.J. McCollum. Griffin trying to get open, and there it is for him.
And what a half for this offense. If they can stay this high, a great chance to extend this lead.
Here's Lillard, and Damian Lillard with the jam.
Respect the leaping ability of Lillard, or you'll get dunked on.
Brooklyn leading by 5. Irving looking for an opening. The pass to Brown. Here's Irving. Jeff Green on the wing. Back to Irving. 4 seconds left. A putback. Great positioning on the putback. And the Nets lead by 7.
Now, the aggression that Griffin plays with, I mean, that's what sets him apart, whether he's attacking the basket or getting after it on the offensive glass like he does right here.
And now we have a moment to reveal our State Farm assist of the game.
Yeah, an easy choice tonight. Look at the precision on this pass. Put it on a platter for him.
Yeah, he put it on a platter, and it was served cold. Now, I love the poise, the decisiveness. This is how you run an offense.
Fourth quarter of action is upon us. Thanks, as always, for joining us. On the court for the Nets, getting the fourth quarter going. They've got Griffin, Harden out there with Brown, and it's Green, and it's Claxton in at the 4. And it's Lillard on the follow.
They're finding lanes to the hoop now with consistency. 5 buckets in a row from the paint.
Now, here is Harden. Here's Griffin, and finished off by Griffin.
An artist in the air. I mean, the elevation, the hang time, the strength of Griffin, it's amazing.
And the foul on Harden. That's his first foul. And Brooklyn making a change here. Irving's checked in. Here's Cantor. No good on the quick 3.
Not quite enough defense. That time around, just lucky he was off.
And it's Brown missing.
That's a shot he's got to hit. You don't get many looks better from that range.
A nice shot by Simons.
He creates so much offense. I mean, Lillard puts intense pressure on the defense to react.
Now Irving. Goes up and lays it nice and easy.
He's been terrific from the field so far this half. I mean, driving his percentage through the roof.
Lillard outside. And that one drops.
He had to battle through some tough shooting problems in the first half. I mean, give him credit. It's been much easier for him in the second.
Here's Irving. And we're around 2 minutes into the fourth quarter here. At basket number 6 to his stat sheet. He's now 6 for 10.
He's getting hotter the deeper we get into this game. I mean, he didn't give him much of anything in the first half.
Nets leading by 7. Griffin inside. He's covered by Cantor. And here's Irving. Again, Irving missing.
They know they can't give him that shot. The D's all over it, not even giving him an inch of space. And Leonard, he's an exceptional player. He's a guy you trust to make the right decision in these moments.
Irving with it. Outside Griffin. Back to Irving. Shot clock at 5. Shoots over Lillard. Griffin. It's good on the putback.
Incredible at positioning himself on the glass. Griffin, he has a strong feel for when to go after putback jams.
And so they choose to intentionally foul. An almost entirely new group here for Portland. Yusuf Nurkic, he's checked in for Enes Kanter. Robert Covington comes in for Anthony Powell. He's checked in for Derek Jones. And it's C.J. McCollum in for Anthony Simons. And a new group in for the Nets. DeAndre Jordan's checked in for Griffin. Kevin Durant comes in for Nicholas Claxton. Luwawu is checked in for Green. And James Harden is subbed in for Bruce Brown. Goes back up. Jordan the pass to Harden. Unable to get that one. Now the Trailblazers take it the other way. And he's going up for the alley-oop.
And I don't care what his size is. You cannot forget to box him out. He's just got a nose for the ball, and he is fearless in attacking the glass.
On the wing, Irving. And Lillard is going to pick up a foul. That's his first foul. We've got 1:13 left in the fourth quarter. Here's KD, and then Durant with the dunk.
How many clutch shots have we seen Durant hit? It's countless at this point, and he keeps adding to the total.
McCollum kicks to Lillard. Offline with his three.
I know he wants to get him back into this, but that's not the way to do it. Smart shots, not heaves. The movement off the ball is good. I mean, and the pass to hit him in stride is even better.
Good ball movement here by the Trailblazers. It drops. Oh, and that cuts the lead to just 5.
And Lillard is known for being a clutch shooter. He's the guy they go to. He's the guy they believe in.
Covington with the steal. Kicks it out to McCollum. Got it. And he has brought them to within 2 points.
Oh, you just love seeing a player with absolutely no fear.
Yeah, he approached that one with total confidence. He has what it takes to come through in the clutch.
It's the first, and that makes it a 3-point lead.
There's one award that Harden's won. I think we can pretty much say for sure he'll never win again. That's Sixth Man of the Year. It's hard to believe there was ever a time this man wasn't a star.
About 7 seconds separating the shot and game clocks. Good! And that shot brings them to within just 1.
He's an experienced player in clutch situations. I mean, McCollum loves being the guy that takes these important shots.
And an intentional foul there stops the clock.
You have to foul, but I'm sure they would have liked to foul someone different.
Good on the first, and that will put them up by 2. And a tough break is his second attempt at the line. No good. Pass to Covington. Lillard scanning the floor to take the lead. Buries the triple.
So many of the plays they're running designed to create opportunities from deep.
You see more teams doing this nowadays. We all are firmly entrenched in the era of the 3-ball.
Now a timeout call by Brooklyn. They're trailing by 1. 1 second left to play here in the fourth. And now let's take a look at the New Balance player of the game, Damian Lillard.
And the way he's made his mark with his work inside, he's just been a slasher tonight. Always moving, getting to the basket at will, and just seemingly taking advantage of a D that was reluctant to get in his way.
And don't start the celebration just yet. They're going to have a second look at the replay monitor and see if it got in. This one's over if the original ruling of a basket stands.